Just redo the whole
No, now we're on.
conversation.
Damn.
And this man's doubling up on music for the map stream.
Trying to drown us out.
I was testing to see if it worked.
I call him out on it.
That's what they all say. You're muted.
What's the title for the episode?
Good question. I didn't change it.
Okay, it's called
Been running behind.
TPS.
Long may he drink.
Nope. Changing it right now.
Fried pickles. Which sound amazing right now. The cookies are done.
You make cookies?
Yeah.
What the hell? Why am I not over there?
Did you try making those biscuit balls that I made for you when you were here?
No.
I gave you the
but
recipe.
It's on my to-do list whenever I'm feeling like I ought to cook up something. I normally, even though it is like shallow frying, I try not to use oil a lot. It's because you always got to deal with it.
Yeah.
It'll just be a piece of shit, pour it down your drain, but you can only do that about 10 times before it goes stale.
No, I usually, like, if it's, like, good oil and I only use it to fry, like, one thing for a few minutes, like, I'll put it back in the fucking jar and reuse it to fry something else, but it's, like, designated as, like, frying oil and not for other things.
Yeah.
You can reuse that
just
shit.
straining it, through a cheesecloth.
You can also make like a little boat out of aluminum foil and put it in your sink drain and just pour it down the sink that way and wait for it to, like, especially if it's bacon grease, harden and then just throw it away.
Yeah. It's good for, but this is like vegetable oil or something for frying up some
That's
stuff.
different.
In frying.
Run that by me again? You can make
Okay.
a boat out of it and...
Yeah, just like,
Okay.
okay, so take like a little piece of aluminum foil and shove it down your sink drain so where it covers the whole thing. And then just
So it's
pour
like
it
a
in the
bowl.
sink. Yeah. Pour it in the sink and then when bacon grease gets cold, it hardens and then you just pick it up and throw it away.
Oh, yeah, for bacon grease, yeah, 100%.
I mean, you could do it for
Frying
vegetable
oil.
oil too. It would just be like a lot more.
But then you just
Be
got
like a water
disappointing-
balloon.
Yeah.
you just got a balloon full of oil. Like, it's no fun.
Or is
I
it?
did that with spaghetti the other day. All of our Tupperware containers were full, and I didn't have anything to put our leftover spaghetti, so I literally just got saran wrap and like wrapped it around the leftover spaghetti like a ball.
Okay, I love
It was
that.
like
I
a-
love spaghetti ball.
Yeah, it was a ball of spaghetti and saran
Ooh.
wrap in our fridge. Avery opened the fridge and was like, what the fuck?
If you have spaghetti leftovers, I swear to God, put them in a taco shell and put cheese on them. Spaghetti tacos are like a legit thing. It
Good
is
evening,
so good.
everyone. And welcome to
Fuck
Friday
you,
Night
Matt.
Dice, where we
Take us
give
back
you
to the
hacks on
macro,
how to use
remember.
your leftover food to make amazing leftovers. Welcome to our Wednesday night campaign, the Castaways. How you all doing?
I would be good, but we're
Hungry.
living in a temporal anomaly.
How's that?
Anomaly.
The tiles are fucked up, man.
I am
There's like
many
5
people.
Zach.
What the fuck, guys?
Oh,
How did that happen?
well,
I have
I
no
don't know.
idea.
It looks like it's like 5. I don't know.
no idea. But it sure is funny.
In each one, he looks more pissed off. I love it.
I like that we get small Zach. Oh, there we go.
There we
Wrong
go.
scene. There we go. All sorted. Professional production. Here on Friday Night Dice. 100%.
Melissa's face was just too pretty tonight for the world to see it. We didn't want to make them
There you
envious
go.
of her beauty.
Ridiculous.
That
Thank
top
you.
middle cam got me shook, he says. It was Friday Night Dice Inception.
We just wanted more Zach. And how could you be wrong?
You can't. Mm-mm.
What if I wanted more of all of you? And then I could run two
Well.
separate sessions where each of you guys come and have a massive PvP war.
Put a lot of TVs.
So we're
in your
just gonna
living
have like a
room
multiverse episode.
and put the VOD
Who
on
said
the
it's a
TVs.
multiverse? It's all in the same verse.
No.
There's
I
no
come to
chorus.
understand that Campaign 1 and Campaign 3 were in the same verse, but Campaign 2 was in a different verse.
No,
That is
campaign
very
2 is just
true.
like 10 years in the future.
Of a different
No, we're in the
timeline.
past. Yeah, we're in the past in Campaign 3.
Yes. Campaign 3 is in the
Campaign-
past of Campaign 1.
The OG forges the way ahead.
So, you guys, depending on what you do, could technically reshape some of the things that Campaign 1 sees. Whenever you get to the mainland.
Like a butterfly.
So if we kill Captain Breger, it all implodes because he's already been seen in Campaign 1.
Could be a different Captain Breger. You don't know.
If
There's
we
a lot of
if we had killed
Yeah, maybe he
Janera
has a
in-
son.
maybe
we
there's a
had
lot of
killed
people in
Janera
this world,
the-
and more than
in
one
the
person are named
Feywild.
Captain Breger.
If we had killed Janera in the Feywild, the world would have imploded because he should have showed up in Campaign 1 like 3 sessions ago.
3 sessions ago, that was.
I think we should make like a Mount Rushmore with all of our faces when we get to the
Oh
mainland.
my
So
gosh.
that campaign 1 has to see it.
Also, Matt, yes, just to clarify, it has only been 3 sessions since I played at the table as Janera.
God, it's
Yep.
because they play so little.
Wow, calling us out, bro.
I mean, when people
I
don't
shouldn't
show up and I
better
can't run a
first
session, what to do? What are we here for?
I don't know. I got a bunch of strange stones sitting in front of me. Made out of
Something
metal,
about
actually.
leftovers.
You're thinking about.
Oh
leftovers.
shit, Zach!
Seriously.
Did you get
I'm
your-
hungry now?
Got your new dice?
Mhm.
It's
Ready
a
to roll? 'em?
D20 roll.
Do you want me to roll it again? Because I've been rolling it for a minute now.
Have you got
What
the
did I roll
natural
just
20
now?
yet?
Yeah, that was the first thing Liz rolled when she pulled them out of the package.
No shit.
Because technically
Jesus.
it had my name on it.
Uh,
They're like spiritually her dice now. They'll only do good
They
for her
know.
because you let someone else roll your dice first.
I don't think that's how that works.
That's
Zach is
exactly
like, I
how
don't
that
believe in
works.
superstitious bullshit. He's
They
with
were
me on
they were
that.
meant for him. They know they were meant for him.
No, you know, the
Oh.
only dice I will ever call bullshit on are virtual dice. That and Matt's white D20 that is unbalanced is all fuck.
No, it's not. It's perfectly
Bro,
balanced.
Oh,
get a
shit.
glass of water, put 1 shake of salt in, and I guarantee you that thing's gonna bob like an apple.
False.
100%. No, it definitely is.
So
That
it-
thing's
Bottom like
unbalanced as fuck.
roofies.
No.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about the dice that have like the little objects in the center of them. Like, there's no way to guarantee those things are balanced if you're putting
Exactly.
objects in the
Got
center.
it. The rubber duck. I love the rubber duck.
Shelby has
Dustin
a rubber
from
duck
campaign-
one. She also has
Dustin
penguin
from
ones.
campaign 1. He was showing me a new D20 that he got, and I took one look at it. I was like, this thing's unbalanced as hell. Rolled it like 5 times, and it rolled like around the 6. And I was like, yeah, this thing's unbalanced as hell. And he's like, how can you tell? I was like, hold it up. And he literally holds it up, and the thing that's in the center is almost at the edge, the opposite side of the 6. Thing's
Nice.
weighted to hell.
Well, let's
So
get into
broken.
tonight's session, guys. Last we gathered, those long 2 weeks ago. Man, what a session did we have? And for any of you that are watching tonight, I highly suggest you go and rewatch last week's session because you're about to hear some spoilers. Last we gathered, we watched as our heroes, after defeating Udelafan, made their way back to the city of Singara, returning triumphant and thriving in their victory after ridding the city of Tristana of their devils, saving the various people that are left alive and the various children, men and women. The party returned with a single prisoner, the Red Hellorc named Dole, a man that was described to them as being a leader of sorts, a hero to the people of Tristana before Udelafan took over. A man that most of them would not have survived if it was not for him providing for them, hunting for them, and protecting them. A Dole, as his name fits, minded man. He became influenced, whether magically or just sheer mental overpowerment. Dole fell under the power of Udelafan and idolized him, and the party could not break Udelafan's grip from him even when he sat 6 feet under. So, the party presented him to the leader, Kythos, of the village of Sangara, for them to decide what the party would do, for he to decide what would happen to Dole and his fate. As the party came to find out, Dole was the man who slew Kythos' oldest son. Enraged and almost giddy at seeing Dole tied up before him and brought to him as a prisoner, Kythos called for his immediate execution. A few of the party pleaded with him to reconsider and to offer Dole a place where he could redeem himself, where he could still help those that he helped save, and could continue to be a symbol of a leader, a force for good. But as Fane stepped in and him and Kothar butted heads a bit, he sided with Kythos and decided that Dole, his fate was already sealed, that it was Kythos' right to decide what happened to him. The party split, going their separate ways within the city of Sangara, and a few people shared some dark conversations. A few of you shared some more lighthearted conversations and tried to ignore the tense situation. But eventually, Kythos carried out his word, and he lit the pyre beneath Dole's feet, burning him alive. But just as Dole began to burn and let out the hellish screams, an arrow from atop the hut from the village of Sangara flew, plunging itself into Dole's heart. As he passed away, probably painlessly, chase ensued. But at this moment, Fane stepped in. Kythos, in his rage and in his overbearing nature, he screamed for them to chase after him. But Fane threw down a challenge, challenging Kythos for his right to guide the people of Sangara. And after defeating him and Freya stopping the fight before Fane was able to slay Kythos, as the new chieftain, Fane granted Kythos his life. And now we find the 5 of you in the village of Sangara as the people are cheering and feasting for their new chieftain.
And alright, how to pick up from there. Fane is very likely somewhat somber, in spite of the joy and sort of engaging with the people and things like that, and keeping Yalis close, but just eating and resting a bit.
What are the other 4 of you doing?
Would I still be drunk?
Most likely.
Yeah.
You drank quite a bit.
Does Fane look angry? Or sullen, or is he just kind of just vibing?
Not angry or sullen, but just, I guess, serious.
If we cross paths while you're wandering or resting or what have you, just to kind of break the tension, I would give a jovial sort of bow, and laugh. What are you gonna call yourself now? Your Majesty seems fitting. I mean,
Do you think so?
I certainly think so. I feel like you've been leading up to this, you know?
I don't think I could pull off Your Majesty. I don't have the decorum for it.
Sir?
That's okay.
Sir's
That's what my
good.
father insisted on.
Your Highness.
No, this
No.
is. Look at this place. This is not a majesties and highnesses. Maybe just chieftain, as Kythos did.
I think that's fitting. Very fitting.
Suiting, yes. Perhaps if we one day have gilded halls and statues made of bronze, I will go by your highness, but I don't see this happening.
Well, it's a unexpected, twist in our journey, but I think you're what this place needs, Your Highness.
You don't have to do that, really.
I'm going to. You walked into it.
If anybody hears you calling me your highness, I will hear no end of it.
I'll say it quietly.
Okay. But yes, I hope I can do right by my people.
I think you already are.
It's strange. And definitely unexpected.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do?
Sleep. Deal with the problems in the morning.
Actually, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah. Definitely. Or sleep, and in the morning, I suppose I would plan.
We have to have some sort of coronation or some sort of party, gala, ball.
I hate to say it, but I don't think now is the time. You know I love a party, but
Yeah, well, someday, in the eventual future.
eventually, yes. Perhaps a passing of the torch, if Kythos is amenable, but I somewhat doubt that. I kicked his ass.
Where is
but that's all.
Kythos?
Kicked
What's
his
he
ass.
doing?
Looking around, you don't see him anywhere. Kothai Akari, what you doing?
Where's the feast taking place? Just kind of like everywhere?
It's kind of in that main hall where you guys have always met and they've had their large feast, where that massive brazier kind of sits in the center, and it's kind of set in a cross section where there are small little meeting areas on the at the 4 different kind of areas around it.
Wonderful. I probably would have gone nowhere near the hall
Understandable.
for the entire night. Is Dole's body still tied up?
Seems as if the charred body has been taken down.
I don't know. Go find somewhere to sleep.
Akari, anything specific?
I'll stick around on the outskirts for a bit, just kind of watching everything unfold, but otherwise I'll just retire to probably sentry along the wall with any Tristana scouts who might happen to be posted.
Okay. Understandable. So as the 5 of you spend the night drinking, partying, or off finding a quiet place to relax, to get some sleep. It's been a long day. All of you may mark off a long rest.
We take those.
Boy, needed that.
A
Yeah.
royal long rest.
Fucking hell.
Get
A few of you
money,
really
stuff.
needed that.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I didn't need it in the health department. I didn't need it in the health department. I am with the health
For the
department.
first time ever.
For the first time, I was with the health department that time.
There you go.
Instead of being absolutely walked out by a bunch of evil-looking bouncers saying, "Get out of the health department, you have none." Now roll a death
No,
saving
lo-
throw.
no longer the Castaways, we're the health department.
Oh god.
Oh no.
It's a homeowners association in the health department.
Absolutely not. As the five of you awaken the next morning, you find a cool morning. The seasons seem to be changing as
It's
the
got
celestial
sunglasses on.
event that was marked on the calendar that you found within the ancient library draws ever closer. The days themselves begin to get cooler.
Christmas comes late at Friday Night Dice.
I'll get up early and I'll have man, I don't want to roleplay being a leader. That's hard in real life. I'm gonna address the needs of the city as best I can. The first thing I'm gonna work with Yalis and Fralia, and to identify things of need. Fane always watched his father, tell people how to do things, and so he knows kind of how to command, more or less.
Okay.
And so he'll just kind of go about the morning and work, and interact with people.
Are you meeting up with your fellow friends at all, or just dealing with the city?
Eventually, yes. I want to find, as I'm going about, I'll just kind of as I see one person or the other, I'll just invite them all back to wherever the fuck I live now. I don't know, Fralia's tent.
I mean, you don't have a place where you really live. You've been staying with Fralia the whole time.
Just at Fralia's place, to Grandma's place to talk sometime around lunch or something.
Biscuits and gravy?
Biscuits and gravy.
Okay. As
Breakfast
he's
cookies?
meandering throughout, as
Waffles.
the other four of you are doing whatever it is you're doing on this cool morning. And Fane stops to greet each of you, unless somebody explicitly tells me that they're not in the city.
I'd probably be out on the outside, trying to meditate and exercise and work off my shame for losing my resolve and getting drunk for the first time.
If I can't find anybody, I'll just send a runner. I can do that. Send somebody to do it. I'll probably send a runner for Kothar, specifically.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's probably going to be on the outside.
Understandable. The Kothar is you're kind of on the outside of the city, just in a small little alcove where the hills kind of meet and there's a few trees. One of the smaller tiefling scouts kind of runs out to you. Fane has invited you back for lunch later today.
I'll just dead stare him.
Oh, okay then. I'm gonna be on my way.
Don't be late.
Oh, I'm not going, but okay. He turns and runs away. And eventually the rest of you get your invites. Does anyone want to accomplish anything before meeting at lunch? Anything they want to work on, anyone they want to meet, anyone they want to talk to?
I read my book.
Oh yeah.
How much?
You can mark off 5 hours.
Sweet.
What's that put you at?
11, I think.
Sounds right.
Well, if we've got that much time, I would like to seek out Gilfroy.
Make an investigation check for me.
Okay. 19 plus. Sloppy 20.
As you're searching through the city, it takes you a good 90 minutes looking before you eventually find Gilfoy with one of the other humans that was brought over from the village of Tristana. You've never been introduced to her, but you know that her name is Kara.
Oh God.
Where's my notebook?
Well, that name's getting lost.
That's fair. But you find Gilfroy and Kara in one of the tents that you guys brought back and set up for those that came back from Trasana.
Gilfroy, good morning. Figured I'd stop by, see if you needed anything. Who's your friend?
This is Kara. She was a baker and forager in Trasana before she was brought over here.
She armed, DM?
Make a perception check.
Okay, that's another 19, 25.
There you go. On her belt
use
there
them
are a
all
couple
around them when we get
there are a
to
couple
find them.
knives, but they don't appear to be anything more than like hunting knives, maybe used for like skinning.
Right. Well, Kara, it's good to meet you. Appreciate you doing what you can for everybody around here. Gilfroy, can I talk to you for a sec? In private.
Well, if it needs to be. He just kind of like gets off, brushes himself off a little bit, and the dust kind of like falls off. Lead the way.
Here's the thing, Gilfroy. I'm sure you heard what happened last night.
I did. I couldn't bear to be there when it happened, although I wish I would have been.
Insight check.
An insight check.
16.
There is a... You can tell Gilfoy every time that he speaks of last night, and whenever he's talking about not being there, he looks away from you and tenses up a little bit.
Listen. There's a reason I'm approaching you so early in the morning. Because I have a concern about how things might go, or will be going. And I wanted to approach you and let you know, as someone that most people look up to, or at least that I trust. Some people aren't going to let what happened last night die. And I look at him very pointedly. And that goes for both ways. Both whoever showed dull mercy, and for your people holding on by tender heartstrings. But the problem is that someone is going to wonder who showed dull mercy, and might go looking for that someone. And I, as Fane's friend, someone he trusts, I have an opportunity to potentially get ahead of that and make sure that it never bears any fruit. Because that situation can't be changed now. And both sides have to be ready to move forward. Do you understand what I mean?
He stares at you for a short moment and kind of under his breath. Some shouldn't have had to die, but I understand.
You will never hear me say the words that it was right. Only that it's done. And it has to be for everybody's sake. For Kara in there, and everybody else who came here as a refugee. I saw Trasana go for. There's nothing to go back to, and next to those woods, I mean, you know how dangerous it was.
Yes, it's one of the main reasons I'd hoped you lived.
To split off from Sangara would be a death sentence to anybody who does. So let's make sure that it continues onward for everybody's best sake. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
I do. Although, part of me worries. Dole was a monster of a beast of a man. And Without people like him, how are we to protect ourselves from the beasts that roam the skies on this island? Before, we had Udelafon and whatever treaty he struck with the people of Ophila, but if the people of Ophila learn that Trasana no longer exists, then whatever treaty or whatever way Udelafon was keeping the dragons at bay away from our city, what's to save Singara from not meeting the fate?
Everyone together. And I'll kind of gesture out to the rest of Sangara and look back at the tents of the refugees. That's the only way. Together is how we're going to protect. I'll make sure that, well, I already said my piece. We've got a meeting with Thane in, I don't know, an hour or so. I just want you to know that you can trust me. I'm sorry for the way things shook out, but it can't be undone. Let's make the best of what we can.
Kind of like reaches out and throws his hand onto your shoulder and gives it a tight grip. And Akari, I appreciate your optimism and everything that you and your friends have done for us.
Don't say the word but. Everybody hates when you say the word but because it invalidates the former. If your next word is going to be but, just stop talking. And let me just pray that you've listened to every word that I've said, because you guys are not going to make it out there.
We don't plan on leaving. But staying also feels like a death sentence. We have to find
Things
a way
can
off this
change.
island.
That's already in the works, and that hasn't changed. But how you do in the meantime, it's not just you, and not just the people who make the decisions, but everyone underneath you who can benefit or suffer from it. Just remember that. And I'll leave him to his devices. And I will go meet up with the rest of everybody else.
What's your passive perception, Akari?
16.
As you're walking away from the collection where these semi-charred and burnt tents sit, there is a collection of baskets. And as you're passing by, just taking a glance down in it, right outside where Gilfroy's hut is, you can see sitting inside it the dark leathers that the man that was on the roof wore from the night before.
Yep. Alright, I'll go meet up with everybody else. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that one out.
So the five of you, after spending the morning doing what you wish or meeting with who you want, make your way to Grand's house, to
Wait.
Frelia's house,
For some biscuits and gravy.
for
Biscuit shit gravy.
whatever lunch Fane has had prepared for the five of you.
Biscuits and gravy.
I'm not a great cook.
Don't let me down, sir.
There's no food. Fuck. I forgot the food.
I'll bring cheese.
I just said at lunchtime.
I will be right back, guys, and go try and get Batty to sleep because she's still screaming.
Oh no.
So talk some
Okay.
You all make your
Well,
way
I
to
can't-
Frelia's tent.
Gam Gam's really busy right now with the cookies. You cannot talk to her.
So busy.
Exactly.
She's super busy.
I ain't never seen a busier Gram.
You all are probably wondering why I've gathered you here today.
I mean,
The cookies?
I assume that it's something to do with you being the leader here now.
Something like that, yeah.
How does that feel, by the way?
Like wearing somebody else's shirt. I never wear shirts anyway, so it's
Like wearing a shirt.
like wearing a shirt. It's like wearing a shirt. Yeah, it's itchy, but I think I'll adjust in time. It feels strange, kind of like mimicking, but not quite natural. I'm sure in time. I don't know.
Shirts are made in all different sizes for a reason, you know?
Some are made of feathers.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have
I
a
didn't even
feather
think about materials. You're right. It could be
Yeah.
leather. Could be chainmail. Could be whatever kind of shirt you want it to be.
I
A
wonder if
vest?
A vest? It's not a bad idea. Maybe I feel like maybe I should ditch the shirtless thing and try a shirt, just for once.
I feel like you shouldn't. No, this is a metaphor.
Oh, okay.
You keep to what you're doing.
Listen, I think you were all there last night. I think you know what this means.
Do you?
Probably not yet. Not all the way. But I have to stay. I can't stay. But I have to. There is so much out there that I would have liked to have done before I chose a spot to be, but I didn't really have a choice. It had to happen this way. And I don't think it was ever up to me.
It's funny.
I think so. Kothar.
Yeah.
I'm not going to apologize for what I did last night.
I wouldn't
But-
expect you to.
I consider you like a brother. If you can't reconcile what I did, I accept that. But know that you are always welcome.
I'm not upset with you, Fane. I think deep down I understand why you did what you did. Just it felt cheap, you know? To preach moral high ground and then turn around and steal someone else's for your own benefit.
It's not for my benefit. It's for these people. Couldn't you see that Kythos was not a person?
Potentially, but that's not the argument, Fane. That's whether he is or isn't is beside the point. I'm happy for you. If this is what you want, if this is what you desire, if you think you can lead the people in a better direction than Kythos, I'm excited for you, Fane.
Don't lie. I can see in your eyes you don't mean what you say. Nonetheless, you are always welcome.
Thank you. I'll tell you what, if you ever wisen up and do what you need to, you're welcome back on the ship. I'll just kick your ass first, you know?
Only if I don't do that to you first.
Call it a fair fight.
Might be fair.
Here. You're gonna need this if you're a leader. You need something to symbolize it by. And I will pull the dragon skull out of my bag that I have yet milled into a helm. I'll pass it over to Fane.
Okay. but you're still keeping the one that you did cut out, correct?
Yes, I wear it.
Correct. Just making sure.
They matching?
The one that Kothar has is significantly larger. I mean, he had to go with the larger one to fit his large head.
Fair.
This is quite a gift.
It'll need some work.
It's still got a bit of gristle on it. Yeah,
Oh, sorry about that one.
that's alright. Get it cleaned up. Put it somewhere visible. We will help get you off the island. We will send support to build the ships.
And what of Zeltroy?
I thought about this last night. I wish to join you. But in the days and weeks that come, however long it takes to kill Zeltroy, what does that matter if these people fall apart? I'm choosing to have faith that you will be up to the task without me.
If
That
we
means
fail,
a lot coming from you, actually.
If we fail, you need to be ready. Because Singara is going to be the very next thing he crushes.
That's on my mind as well. It's possible that with all the destruction in this place, that this location is not the best place for Singara anymore. It will be discussed. Potentially to find a new place for a time until things can settle, but I don't know yet.
Do we have a date to burn? Akari, I know you'd mentioned previously there was something you'd like to do to help Sankara.
There is. I have no idea if I even can. But it was. If we have the time, sure. I might need your help, Kide. I've never tried it.
Sure, what is it?
Just a feeling. That's. Maybe we can fix some of the damage.
Of
I don't
course.
know. Maybe you can help.
Anything I can do.
I have absolutely zero idea if this is ever going to be useful for you. And I'll pull out a Loxolite heart from the city golem. You've seen the same things I've seen, Vayne. And the same things I don't understand. But if I can find a use for them, so can you. And I will give him the one that I got that was fit for a city golem that was in the workshop. But never used, I believe.
It's possible there is someone smart enough to make use of this here. Perhaps we can salvage something from High Pass and make use of it to guard the city.
I have a strange sense it has less to do with smarts and more to do with wisdom. You'll figure it out.
Or I'll die. One of the two.
That's always been on the table.
Even
You,
more so now.
You've been kind of fond of those. You keeping them? And I'll gesture towards my longbow and my short sword.
I think
You can
I'll
keep them if
stick-
you want.
Wait, which one is your short sword?
Just a straight edge sword.
I had thought of this as well, and considering... Well, the bow, certainly. the short sword as well, but also this, and I'll pull out the lunar blade and hand it over as well.
You're gonna need that.
I have this, and I'll pull out the life essence blade. It's of this place. I will keep the lunar blade if you desire, but I think it's important that I be out my people.
Those two were always yours, Fane.
I hand the bow and the short sword back. Keep my legendary artifact. Let's go.
I don't think it's yet dawned on me, but I'm really gonna miss you.
This is not the last time we'll see each other. But in the meantime, I will miss you as well. If it is the last time, in the very slim chance that it is, I love each of you as brothers and sisters, and I will miss you dearly. This has been the most impactful period of my life by far, and I have lived a life, but none of it had as much meaning as this. So much texture. It's more than I deserve, and I'm grateful.
I'll just kind of walk up to Fane, and I want to like do the like forearm brothers in arms grasp, and then I'll take my Genasi wind and kind of blow it over him, and then just bow a little bit.
Okay.
I'll bow back.
I know we didn't always see eye to eye on everything, but I value your abilities and you as a friend.
Don't worry. I know it's just because you're secretly in love with me. I'm telling you, Zamira, we would have beautiful children if you ever change your mind.
Oh, but if you see Ezra again, tell her to use the sending spell and hit me up.
Okay, sure.
Ezra doesn't know the sending spell.
Message whatever she might know. I don't know what she knows. I don't know her life. I don't know her class. I'm not going to assume her class.
And yet you're trying to hit on her.
Phone call. Ethereal booty call. It's a level 5.
Hey, level 5.
Nah.
I will, as soon as they're done talking and split, kind of like walk up pretty serious, but once I get closer, since he's so much taller than me, it's just like a height difference. I just hug him around the waist.
I hug back.
Just head to abs. And while
Good
I'm there,
hug.
I will slip 10 of the bag of fragrant herbs into his pocket. This is for...
I think, do you mean one bag? Because you have 10 bags total.
No, I have 100.
You have
Yeah,
100
we've got
uses,
100.
but 10 bags.
100 uses. Okay, then there we go. That's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about.
But
You know
there's
what I'm
10
talking
uses
about.
but there's 10 uses
Yeah.
per bag, so you're giving him one bag.
Yeah, give him a bag.
Yeah.
This is for, those nights where it gets real stressful. And do you need any cheeses, any meats? Is there anything else I can...
I'm afraid the cheese wouldn't keep.
Oh, it's true. You and your lean meats and whatnot, and I'll give the abs a knock.
Yeah. It's like wood.
I'll miss you, Fane.
I'll miss you too, Kidai. Very much. Don't tell anybody else, but you more than anyone else.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'll be in contact with Freya, so I'll send her a little hi, every now and again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Also, I'm not sure how you got that into my pants, but I don't have pockets.
You're welcome.
Just like a real
Now,
fast.
now you do.
Is that a bag of fragrant herbs in your pants, or are you just happy to see me?
Kothar, give me a
hell?
minute before our hug.
Oh my word.
I could handshake you with 3 hands.
Oh God.
I'm sorry, I have to let that go. Thank you.
Very welcome.
Right by these people. Don't let them go astray.
Take
Freya,
good care of yourself.
Freya walks up as you say that and puts some food down in front of all you guys. Oh, I'll make sure he does. And if he doesn't, he'll be charred by lightning.
Can I fist bump Gam Gam?
No one of my bloodline's going to lead this village astray.
I do have good advisors.
Fainted, I mean, I don't have to say it. We've fought and bled and died together. I don't have to go into all of it, you know. The refugees from Tristana. Just get it done.
Anybody who stays will be 100% welcome. Anybody who chooses to leave will have all the assistance we can offer.
One more thing. You're not gonna be able to bust those fools into locked doors anymore. Can I have my tools back? I'm gonna have the one to do it now. It's
Sure. And I'll pull out like ring of lockpicks and toss them.
nice. Gotta stop Zamira from punching everything in.
Yeah.
Subtlety.
Just watch
Samira
them
sees a
from
locked door. I
close.
expend a charge.
It's been a while since I've punched things. Like a
No, it
whole
was
12
No,
hours.
it's been a night. Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say.
A whole
You
12
punched a
hours.
random man.
It hasn't even been 24 hours.
He grabbed me.
Zamira, you have a violent heart. Never let it go.
Not violent, just impulsive, and my fists are the only tools that I have at my disposal. I can
That's
resort to bonking people with my staff, if you would prefer.
that's violent. Yeah, what you've just described is violent.
She fit fists and bondage into one sentence without making it dirty.
God.
I said bonking, not bondage.
Oh, I heard bond. I'm sorry.
Oh, we know what's on
Same
Tito's
brain.
mind.
I thought you were talking about the staff of the immovable rod. That's what I was talking about.
That's a good idea. I should
Yeah.
have used it on that guy last night.
Yeah. See, 2 minds.
I heard fisting bondage and then immovable rod, and I got real creative all of a sudden.
Jesus Christ. Moving
Oh my
on.
God.
Payne is just off in the corner, facing a wall.
Is it an interesting wall?
No, I'm just kidding. Makari,
Is there any way we can reach you if we need aid?
send one of key dice. Animals.
I could talk to Freya too. So
Yeah.
are you sure?
That's exactly what I was just thinking, Kidai.
Am I sure? Yes.
Okay.
I'll put my hand out to Akari.
I'll take it.
Bring him into a hug. Goodbye for now.
Oh, you never know. Might need Kedai to pick my ass up again. Might not work next time.
My best.
One more sad thing before I go, Fane. Might not work because I'm not from this world. Never meant to be here anyway. But I'm damn glad I met you.
And you as well, Mr. Battleman.
Don't say that too loud.
Oh, you're right. It's a secret.
Oh yeah, just kind of like looks cockeyed. Metalman?
He's hard as a rock.
It's a nickname.
Okay.
Mhm. If you ever start to rust, come back and we'll polish you up.
I think I've... Okay.
I'll let the hug go. Turn to Kothar. Put a hand out.
Take it.
Bring him into a hug. Probably a lot harder than with a car, though.
So yeah, we're both big, strong men.
Like me, like Kedai is to me, I am to you. Just like hugging around your belly button.
Just some nice, supple Kothar bosoms.
Yeah.
The mommy milkers.
It's just a shiny charcoal skinned tiefling with horns snuggling his lizard man friend.
That's all it is.
Sometimes that's all you need to be a family.
All I'm hearing is by the transitive property, I should never hug Kothar around the waist.
No.
Or, you know... A little bit. Never mind. Can't say that.
Uh-huh. Okay, moving on.
Woo woo! I'll just hug quietly. No words. Then let it go.
I'll give him a little pat on the back. Just, you know.
Yeah. Well, I have a lot of work to do. We're going to send, if I can scrounge up a few, our best builders to help the twins at the bay. Hopefully they can speed things along a bit.
A couple refugees from Trasana had some skill.
Yeah. We'll do what we can. There's much work to do here. But we'll do what we can.
If you ever find yourself back on the mainland, I think you've more than earned this. This isn't even a fraction of it. But if you want the rest, you're gonna have to come find us. And I will hand Fane 500 platinum pieces.
Oof.
Spoiler, barely dents our total.
Oh, I know.
We still have 4,100
I'm rich,
platinum
bitch.
pieces
God damn.
and 55,000 gold.
Jesus.
What in the
If I
fuck?
ever-
man?
if
Some of
I
that's
ever
got to
end
be
up-
fake.
Yeah.
I'll take it, if only because I like the way it looks.
I mean, if nothing
Could
else,
melt
you
it
could
down
melt
and make a crown.
it. Listen, one wavelength, one
Same
brain,
hat.
platinum
I
crown.
could
Platinum
put it-
crown.
I could melt it onto my horns. The Platinum King. Oh, that's me. Oh,
I liked the decorations that myself and Kedai gave your horns that one night better.
That
Well.
sounds.
yeah, it was especially nice when your legs were just kidding.
Oh my god.
That didn't happen.
Oh,
I'm sorry, man.
No.
It's just goodbyes are horny.
No, they're not.
For this whole, I'll kind of go over to Gam Gam. For this whole Platinum King thing, just reminded me he's got one hell of an ego. make sure it doesn't interfere with what he needs to do. Please. He said trial by lightning. You know, never mind, you got this. Why am I talking? Why am I even?
She kind of like sticks her hand on your shoulder. I'll make sure nothing goes awry. But seeing what all of you have done for this city, or so, this village, I don't think there's much more that I could do compared to the rest of you could. So if something goes awry, I'll just call you guys to put him back in his place.
I don't work by right of challenge. So.
Question: would Thane simultaneously level up with us even when he's not playing anymore? So if we come back to fuck him up, will he be the same level or will he be stronger?
You don't know.
Just
If he
don't do
levels up-
that.
If he levels up faster than us leading a town, we're turning this into town sim.
I've told
I
Matt
think-
from day one, any economy simulator, I'm a part of.
I think what she meant was, would he be stronger than he is now? Not stronger than you guys. But
Yeah.
the answer is you guys don't know.
We got our characters to know, but I want to know.
I'm not telling you.
Well, I'm not good at goodbyes. I've never had a good one, honestly.
You're muted, Kidai.
Said the last time that I said goodbye to a man, I blacked out and I ate him.
So this is an improvement.
This is
I'm
an
doing pretty
improvement
well, I think.
So far, at least.
so far.
It has been a while since you ate somebody, so that's good.
Don't remind Matt.
You
I
guys,
try not to.
You guys broke off from at least the hold he had on you here, but he's still prevalent.
We haven't fought a man since the last time Kidai ate somebody.
What?
We haven't fought a man, a human man, since the last time Kidai ate somebody. So she's literally 100% one for one on eating people.
Good
Well,
for
I
her.
know. She's,
Yeah, we fought exactly one group of humanoids, and you ate them.
yes. Statistically, it is likely to happen again.
It's
the
more
next
likely than
one-
you think.
The next one is very important for establishing a trend Kidai, so just, you know.
Keep that in mind.
Okay. I don't know what to say.
Been an honor.
It's been an honor, Miss Samira.
Freya kind of like butts
My
in.
abs are still better than yours. She walks on.
Freya butts in. So, where are the rest of you going? If the ship is not ready, then what else do you have to do on this island?
Plan
We have
hasn't
a date with
changed.
Velcro.
Yep. Skirt Biophila. See what we can see.
You guys think you can
Interact
beat
if we
him?
want.
I don't think we have a choice.
If we don't,
We have to try.
he's gonna raise this whole village. And if we try and fail, he's gonna raise this whole village. So,
Well, he hasn't till now. Do you think something's changed?
yeah, a settlement just burned. Sorry, I'm being facetious, Gam. I shouldn't be an asshole to you. Yeah, I think we've really set something in motion that can't be stopped.
Guess I should have the village prepared then.
Yeah, that's Fane's job. Make sure he gets to.
Guess I'll think I'm a dipshit, huh?
No,
I'm not. I'm not
No,
sure
I'm
how
just
you could prepare for a dragon with a 14-foot wingspan
1,400-foot
versus
wingspan.
town.
no, Fane. I don't. It's you know me. I'm all about serving. That's the only thing I respect.
These people are hunters. If we need to take to the forest and hide, we will. Until the danger passes.
Well, with any luck, you won't need to.
With any
Just go
luck.
for it. We'll cut him in half.
That's the plan.
But I think that's the plan, Frelia, is Skirtophila, interact if it's useful, ignore it if it's not. And just throw in. Because we're running out of time anyway.
It's understandable.
You got a suggestion? I'm happy to hear it. We really kind of struck out. I thought we'd do better at Tristana. Thought we'd save more people.
I think you did wonderful. You saved a lot of people and our whole village. Don't shortchange yourself on the accomplishments you've made. As far as what to do from here, you guys have done enough. Live your lives. We've spent hundreds of years on this island, living amongst this dragon and its kin. If he comes for us, we'll find a way to survive. We always do.
If I take a look at the map, how far of a walk is it from here to where Zeltroy's little cavern is?
You guys have never fully located where his cavern is, although you've gathered that the winding tunnels of the Evergrew Abyss connect to it in some way. From here to there, a walk or fly with the rock?
Oh, we can fly, yeah.
Eh.
Yeah, we'd probably want to drop ourselves off before the Shattered Forest, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flying on your rock from here to there, you could do it in essentially a day. Because I think your rock can fly, someone remind me, it's like 270 or 250 miles or something like that.
Fun.
144.
144.
Thank you.
So the
a
entire length of
random
the
number.
island is only like 220 miles. So you can travel quite a bit of the length of the island with one day's travel on the rock. Might take you guys like a day and a half.
Sounds like we have at least a day to burn if you'd like to do your thing,
Well,
Akario.
Yeah, we'll think about it, Frelia. I think unless everybody wants to do something else, we're at least gonna go check out Phila. Just to see. I mean, we came across Angara expecting the opposite of what we found. I'm kind of hopeful we can get that experience again.
And what is it you expect to find in the village of the elves?
I don't
Maybe
know.
somewhere to spend my gold.
I think you won't really find
Elves,
much of that
probably.
there.
That's fair.
Although, I don't know very many elves, but the ones I do know like gold. Maybe they'll take it off your hands.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe it'd be something from my past, Frelia. But I don't know yet.
something good from your past?
I've only heard one side of the story, and it isn't mine. So I can't answer that.
If there's anything that we here in the village of Singara can do to help in your endeavor, if you decide to take on Zeltroy, all you need to do is call. The least we can do is send aid.
Well, Thane owns us a few debts. I'll give him a wink. We'll call in if we need.
No
I'd like
political
to
favors.
Okay. Just the other ones. Gotcha. I'd like to assess our final potential element, which is Ophila. Make a decision with all the information.
Well, I myself
Oh,
have never
yeah.
been. Yes, my dear.
No, I happen to know if... What do the dragons and all of Zeltroy's children, what do they do with them when they've died?
I don't know
They
many of
just
them have.
fall, or do they have a burial place?
I don't think many of them have died. Most of the dragons, when they get to a certain age, usually leave the island. If you didn't notice, most of the dragons that are here are still fairly young. You rarely see what most would consider an adult dragon. Once they grow old enough, they usually venture out into the world and leave the island.
So if we kill Zeltroy and he can't have any more children, does that mean that there would be no more dragons?
I think there's plenty that have left over the millennia that they've lived here that they could repopulate outside this island. Although, I do think Zeltroy's bloodline would end.
You telling me there's more big ones like Zeltroy?
Well, there's 3 in total.
We talked to his sister.
There's
Well, yeah, but I meant like smaller but still big ones. Because I've just seen the little one, like, you know.
Yeah, you guys have only seen young dragons.
Akari has no idea there's like ancient dragons.
Yes, there are much larger dragons than the smaller ones that are here. Not nearly as large as Zeltroy, albeit, but still large in their own right.
Damn. Should have lived underground.
No, they're not all... Whatever you
Go
wanna
ahead.
call it. They're not all hateful or hostile.
Every
feel
time
like-
I've seen something in the sky, it's been hostile, pretty much.
Good point.
Except for Dwayne.
Well, the
But he
young
doesn't have a
dragons
choice.
on this island are... They're used to an environment where they can feed on anything they can find. So, when they find you, they consider you food.
Am I the odd one out here? You telling me there's like actual dragons that are just like friendly?
I've met a few that are friendly, yes. Some of the larger dragons return over the years. Maybe it's returning to where they came from, sort of pilgrimage, but some even take the forms of humans and other various creatures. They're mystical and wondrous creatures.
I'll back that one up, Akari. I've heard the rumors.
Spent my life
I-
reading them.
Was really about to write that off as some sort of children's bedtime story, but it's real.
Yeah, no.
Holy shit. Okay, well. This world is strange as hell. Should have never left Azari, Dorothy.
I feel like I would remember, so if you wouldn't mind reminding me, is there a specific village that they take the sacrifice from for Zeltroy, or no?
The offering is offered up from Ophila.
That's what I thought.
That you guys have been
Okay.
told.
And it's how many days away now?
Less than a
9.
day, depending on how we fly.
We should
the
probably go
sacrifice
looking
is
for a
9 days.
virgin.
No.
But-
He means days travel. The celestial event that you guys are waiting on is 8 days away.
Okay, well, I mean,
thought
still.
It was 9, but you guys
You're
just
traveling-
slept, so now it's 8.
Oh, because the message said 10, 9 if you don't count the current day.
But that was yesterday, so... I think you're right, so maybe it is 9. I'll have to go back and look.
Tomato, tomato. We're burning a day here anyway. Probably.
Well, okay, maybe that's the first thing we look for when we get there. We gather up
the virgins.
all of the virgins.
Jeez. Are you
Well,
gonna
look
stop
no
and check every
further
single
than-
one?
Look no further
Oh,
than Kazar,
certainly not.
Akari, and Zamira. We're all virgins here.
Yeah,
It's
you're
just us.
traveling with.
Oh, that's
3
how we'll do it.
virgins.
Make like a book club or something.
It's just us virgins here.
Yeah.
Virgins only. Virgins only.
Except for Kedai.
Virginsonly.com.
Oh man.
You guys gonna have to give us sex ed.
When a man and a woman,
No.
or a woman and a woman, or a man and a man,
Yeah.
or several
happen.
women.
But we're not going any further than
Okay.
those 2 nouns. Let's go. Let's just go with that.
I'm sorry, it didn't include robots. Would you like me to go back and retry that?
Nope.
No. No, we're good.
Mm,
Anyway,
You got one last question for you, Fane? You're looking constipated over there.
No, it was just what Kedai said. It's nothing. It's fine.
oh, that was out of character, by the way. I'm sorry. That was Alyssa
I
wondering.
mean, now's your last chance to ask someone like me that question, so.
You know what? I have a feeling I will find out eventually, and I will have not wanted to know then. It's a question that never occurred to me until just now.
Is
All
robot
right.
a slur?
So, are the 4 of you setting out today then?
No, I thought I'd do. I don't know. Well, we can do whatever everybody else wants to do. I just have a. It sounds,
I
it
would
sounds
prefer
stupid,
we
but-
set out, but I will go with the majority.
Were you talking about
No.
greater restoration, by the way?
No,
Oh, okay.
it sounds stupid for me to say it, but I mean, Kedai's standing here, and I've seen crazy shit she can do. But the Micaiah just.
What are you looking for?
I'm just gonna go to the forest's edge for a bit. You're welcome to join or continue reading your book. I don't think it'll matter either way.
I do need to read my book.
Why don't you put some time into that? I'll put some time into this, and
Okay.
it's only lunch. I mean, if we, DM, help me out here. Isn't it? Yeah, it is safer to travel by night, is it not?
What you guys have found is what you guys have found, but that is due to the stuff you guys would find in the jungles and the forests. Now,
Right.
what you found is that the early morning hours are when the dragons seem to usually feast. So if you wait till possibly after that's done, flying might be safer during the day, but it's hard to judge.
Right. It's more dangerous in the jungles and the forests at night, but we're gonna be flying potentially. We'll set down early morning, because Ophila is less than a day's flight.
Aphila is basically exactly a day's flight, like 8 hours,
Oh,
or however long you want to say it takes. But you guys can get there.
sure. I
in
mean,
a
tomato,
day.
tomato. But we can obviously do by the smartest travel.
Yeah.
This isn't gonna take me 10 years. We'll still have time.
Oh, if you all would like to do that, I mean, I'm good to travel way longer than 8. I can navigate Dwayne.
I mean,
I
y'all know me. I don't have to sleep, so.
Fail.
I can't help but think and take this as my last poke at you all. Try to sneak up. maybe Dwayne isn't the best idea for this one.
I think the idea was to set down far away and then approach and just assess. You know.
Just be careful.
Don't worry, Kedai won't let me die.
Mm.
Now she's got to stop worrying about your ass up there with the whip, the sword, the shield, buckler. Call it a buckler.
Buckler.
Yeah. Gonna miss you, bud.
I'll miss you too.
And I'll leave the tent.
Unless someone has something else, we're going to go ahead and go to break.
Just kind of pat Fane on the shoulder on the way out.
Guys, we're going to go ahead. We're going to take our break. Don't go nowhere. As we return and our party loses 1 and goes to 4, we'll see what happens.
Jeez. What the hell? Also, what's our break conversation? Let's brainstorm it and then
I won't be
come
here,
back,
so
let's
you guys
discuss.
have that yourselves.
Gotta
Yep.
go potty.
Cookies
Same hat.
works.
Oh, cookies?
Are we
I
talking about cookies? when we
literally
get
had
back?
like 15.
Oh my. Ay, Dios mío. This man's over here eating Tim Tams.
Caramel. I meant to bring him to Friendsgiving and I fucking forgot. I'm sorry, dog.
Well, I've got to be honest, I've never had a Tim Tam. Chat, do we like Tim Tams? I gotta look them up. They strike me as they look like they're a wafer kind of cookie. Oh, they're looking like what is that, nougat in the center? That's an interesting looking texture in the center. That's definitely not. Oh, they got like a caramel goo in the center, like a brownie. They look like a brownie. They don't even look like I was expecting a wafer kind of thing. But nope, they are just straight on. Apparently they're Australian. I did not know that. I just knew they were foreign to the United States anyway. Tim Tams. Look kind of cool. Actually would like to try them. Shame you didn't bring in a Friendsgiving, bro. Interesting packaging. They really just wear they're kind of like Kit Kats, you know, they just wear the name right on the packaging. That's all they got. They don't got no animal mascot, you know. They're just over here being exactly what they are. Let's try them sometime. I'm sure it's going to be pretty hard to find in the continental U.S., but... Get one of those subscription services where they send you snacks from other countries. That could be cool. Interesting, at least. And yeah, because I'm the only one here and I get to just keep talking and nobody can stop me. I mean, there goes Fane, guys. He's officially out of the campaign. Well, for now, but presumably for the remainder of the campaign up until certain moments, you know, when we go back and visit, or maybe he swings in to help. I mean, fuck. There goes our wonderful horned tiefling boy. All charcoal slate looking and hot as hell. Pouring off for our tiefling boy. What the hell is Hex gonna play next? Or, God forbid, is Hex dropping out? Is he not gonna be playing in the campaign anymore?
What are you in here telling these people?
I'm over here thinking out loud about what the hell's going on potentially with Hex and the future character that he may not play. Maybe he's just dropping out of the campaign. I don't know.
It's possible.
Nobody's told me it. God,
He and I did have a private conversation before this session.
Oh, okay. So that wasn't your zero. See, actually, that's funny. I should actually apologize. I straight up booted up Discord, saw you guys in there, and I clicked on the voice channel because I was like, well, I was gonna show up a little early and just chat with everybody. I did not recognize it was Group 2 at all. I just straight up slid into that voice channel. And then you guys were like saying, "Get the fuck out of here!" It's a private conversation. I was like, "What the hell?" And I like looked at Discord. I was like, "Oh, I'm not even in the Group 3, Campaign 3 voice channel." I just saw people, and my monkey brain went, "Oh, voice channel, click."
It's all good.
Monkey. God, what the hell is this guy? She's got a whole plate full of. Look damn good.
I ate too many cookies. Feeling
Feel
like
uneasy.
sugar, like burdened down by too much sugar. They were just so good and warm and gooey.
Had to use that
What are you
verbiage.
eating, bro? God, this man has one speed. It's the only chip he can't get where he lives.
Hey man, they're good.
Lissa's mom bought me a literal Macy's box full of them. I have like 24 bags. She also bought me 2 salt shakers full of the seasoning and Red Hot Riplets hot sauce.
Yeah.
And a dehydrator. I could make jerky. I'm gonna make jerky with the Red Hot Riplet seasoning.
See, this is the kind of thing I should probably tell Chat and or Emma, because Emma probably has no idea. There's a St. Louis area delicacy in the form of a potato chip called Red Hot Riplets. They're covered in a sugar, more of a obviously a heat spice, but there is sugar in the seasoning, 100%. And many years ago, my dad moved to Florida, and it wasn't like 2 months later that he called me and was like, "Hey, can you pack a box and ship them to me? I will pay whatever it takes." Because people from St. Louis are just obsessed with these potato chips in a disgustingly beautiful way.
There's so many things though that you can only get in St. Louis, like emos. You can only get T-Ravs. You can only get the Vest. What soda? Is it Vest?
There is a food chain. Yeah.
Gumdrop?
Ski's on the Illinois side. It doesn't exist where we come from.
So really?
No, 100% it does not. It's only on the Illinois side, but it's still in the St. Louis metropolitan area. There's also like one of the biggest claims to fame for one of the food joints around here is the Red Hot Riplet burger, where they put like the seasoning and a little bit of the chips on the burger. And let me tell
I'm
you,
sorry, where?
That thing fucking destroys. You know what? I actually can't remember. Zach, do you recall the name of the place? Because it's also a local chain, but it's called the Red Hot Riplet Burger, and they just like put a little bit of the seasoning and the chips on top in like a potato chip burger, and it just destroys. You'll eat it and you'll be catatonic for 3 hours.
That's what I need.
Way. Yeah, exactly.
Want to know what I want right now? I want some sliced cucumbers with the chili seasoning and the lime on top. It's so good.
Very different.
A little spice and a little tart on top of your cucumbers. It's so good.
Oh, gooey butter cake.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
you can. Yep.
That sounds amazing.
That's a St. Louis thing.
No, they have butter cakes like that other places. Some places call them a Neiman Marcus cake, and they're one of my favorites.
Oh, that's interesting.
I think a gooey butter cake, like the version they're talking about, though, is specific to St. Louis. Like you can't find it other places.
Yeah, it's hard to find elsewhere. I mean, you can obviously find places that are making it. It's just a super.
I'm gonna go make it tomorrow, and then I'll be able to find it in my kitchen.
True. No, make gooey butter cookies. If you make anything, make gooey butter cookies.
And we're back, everyone.
Not like we haven't been here for 3 minutes talking about desserts.
Well, I was waiting for Fane to get back, and then I think he was eating, so I was giving him a minute. Or I shouldn't say Fane, I should just say Hex, because Fane ain't here no more.
Fane doesn't exist.
Aww.
Fane still
No more
exists.
Antonio Banderas.
No
What
more
Antonio
Antonio
Banderas?
Banderas.
Goodbye.
I actually like. If you've seen short plug, if you've seen some of his recent films, I love him. He's still doing good films to this day.
He's
Sorry, Spy
daddy.
Kids? Like, Spy Kids. He literally is dad.
His dad.
I'll be honest, I don't remember Spy Kids, and I think it's a hole in my childhood that I
I think you
somehow
were too
forgot.
young for the first Spy Kids.
I was not too young for Spy Kids. I watched that shit.
It came out
just
when
can't
I was a
remember.
wee tot, and I'm like 6 years older than you.
Well, I'm sorry you're a boomer, ma'am.
It did come out when we were young. I was like 9, I think.
I don't know how old I was when I saw the first Spy Kids in theaters, but I literally remember, I couldn't have been that old at all, but I literally remember thinking, damn. Like, oh.
You were thinking, damn.
I was thinking, wow, that's what mommies and daddies feel. You know?
Oh no.
Oh, God.
That was me for
We're gonna
Benny
leave
on
that
the
packed away,
Sandlot.
Liz. We're gonna leave that one.
Yeah,
packed.
let's
Out in the open.
just slide that door closed real
I'll
slow.
talk about Antonio
So, guys, let's get
Banderas
back
all
to our
day.
session.
He was Puss in Boots!
He was Puss in
True.
Boots.
Mm-hmm.
I
Don't say
just
that
had
5
like the
times
most
fast.
filthy comment
So we
coming out
find
of
the
my mouth.
four
so
of
I'm
you
gonna
leaving
refrain
Graham
from
Graham's
saying
tent. Akari, you said you were going to the Forest Edge?
Yeah, I'm gonna if theater of mind. If Sangara has like a farm field or something, I would like to find a forest edge somewhat near that, but otherwise just the forest edge.
If you recall, the forest had been chopped down quite a bit on this edge of the river, so the
Mhm.
forest edge is, a good hour's travel outside of the city, or outside of the village.
I would stop where the forest originated.
Okay, you can find that easily. That is
Yeah.
fairly close, 15 minutes outside the village.
And just like to sit, kneel, sit.
Crisscross applesauce.
Yeah, I'll just sit. Kind of focus my mind, clear my mind. Trying to imitate Zamira in a way that I've seen her try to find her peace, but more of just
Mhm.
trying to focus on clearing my mind of all thoughts. And I would like to begin casting plant growth, the 8-hour version.
Okay.
Nice.
And when the traces of thought kind of come to my mind, I just want to send the most simplistic version, almost as if a subroutine, of request from the Micaiah, restore and help these people because they've lost so much. Do you want me to read the 8-hour version of Plant Growth to you?
I already got up.
Copy that.
I would have likely followed him out and just kind of hog out, just not near him. I don't want to like hover, but like just kind of near him to make sure nothing happens.
Can I, like, sense or feel what he's doing at all?
Make an Arcana check for me.
Do 13.
Get a vague sense, almost like a small tremor that travels through the earth that not really concerns you, but really only something so subtle that those connected to the land might actually feel it.
Can I help?
Do you have the plant growth spell prepared?
I actually do. Swear to God.
You could both
Already
cast,
did.
You could both cast it, and I will allow you two to decide. You may either double the effects of what the 8-hour casting does, or you can cut the casting time in half to 4 hours.
Well, that shit.
Aiden?
Well, Liz, I'm going to run off some assumptions, and then the DM can tell us what's happening. if it's all plants in a half mile, that expands it to 1 mile. And if it's become enriched for 1 year, that expands it to 2 years.
Correct.
I'd like to spend the 8. Because that was my plan anyway.
What time of day will it be by the end?
It'll be
Probably
close.
like 8 p.m.
It'll be close to the end of the day for you guys.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. You guys are both tied up for the next 8 hours. Are you trying to help the forest match the Micaiah Akari, or simply channeling that energy to regrow the forest to what it used to be?
I would like to ask Micaiah to help it feel like the valley. To be that plentiful, extraordinary, and astounding.
Understood.
And then Micaiah can do whatever they will.
You got it. Zamira, Kothar, is there anything you would like to accomplish in your 8 hours of downtime?
If Zamir had followed us out, I was planning on taking the ginormous white Aether battery out of the bag of holding that we took from the city and just start to slowly look it over. Now that we're not, like, you know, in the middle of a city getting chased by giant robots, I'd like to take some time to, 8 hours or so to study it.
Okay.
Zamir, you're welcome to help me if you'd like, but if you have other things, feel free.
No, I'm free to help.
You guys may either each roll separately or one of you can roll with advantage, but I would like whoever is rolling to roll first an Arcana check, second an Investigation check, and third just a General Wisdom check.
So for each rolling,
can
that's
do the
3 from
wisdom.
each?
Either if you're both rolling, 3 rolls each, or one of you can roll all 3 of them with advantage.
Let's go for it. Let's roll some dice.
Alright, 3 rolls each.
Okay. First,
So it was
You said wisdom,
Arcana.
arcana.
Arcana, then Investigation, then Wisdom.
Fuck, I rolled my wisdom first and it was not good.
What you got on
The
Arcana?
My,
The gym dice stay winning.
my arcana is an 11.
Natural 20.
Nice.
4.
Sloppiest of 20s.
For Sloppy 20.
It's a sloppy 20 for a sloppy 20. I have a 0 modifier for
I gotcha.
intelligence.
My investigation was an 18.
Hold on, I'll get to that. So as you guys begin looking over this large crystal that you found in one of the subterranean areas where that gravitational field was kind of affecting the surrounding area beneath the transient pylon. The various wires that used to come out of this have now been kind of peeled away and cleaned up throughout your removal of it. And you now have this crystal that has a bit of a hollowed out area in it where you can see a small, almost canister has kind of been added to it. And doesn't look like there's much to the canister, but from what you can tell, Kothar, you get the sense that you know enough about Aether from your travels and just general knowledge from living in the realm of Tilstaria that Aether is an energy source, much like electricity is for the people of Zakarat. And it seems like this is just a canister that's meant to harness the power of white Aether to transform it into a large output of energy for one singular purpose. What's that investigation check?
5.
What was yours, Zamira?
My investigation was an 18.
As you guys are kind of inspecting it and you're just kind of like looking it over, the inner workings of it begin to kind of confuse you a bit, Kothar. So you kind of like pass it off to Zamira, and as she kind of like, with her very steady hands, begins to kind of go through the different components and how the canister kind of inner workings with the white aether. So as she kind of like slowly, you find a bit of like a latch, and as you detach the latch, the canister just kind of pops out a little bit. And as you like slowly begin to like move the inner workings of this white aether battery, you can see the various different coils of like copper wire that kind of interworked into the upper parts of this white aether, almost as if the wires were somehow very delicately ran through to siphon the power from the white aether as it is being used. And a wisdom check for the last.
11.
Cocked. 13.
As far as you guys can tell, you're no inventors, but it looks well enough intact that if it got into the right hands, it could probably be put back into use.
Shame Kelwork ain't here.
And that'll take you guys a majority of your 8 hours, because I set the DCs
Sure.
pretty low for the amount of time you guys put into it. Well,
Cool.
after your 8 hours come to an end, you guys going to bed? Anything you'd like to do over the evening hours?
I'd like to read.
How much would you like to read?
However much until I go to bed, and then whatever amount of time like one watch would be. You know what I mean? Like, so I can still get a full rest in.
I mean, you guys are at the city. You don't have to take a watch if you don't want to, but you
No,
can.
I know. I'm saying like for the amount of time. Like you can
Sure.
take one watch and the other people take the other two, and I
Sure.
still get a full long rest. So I'm
So-
saying that amount of time is what I want to read.
Okay, so you can get mark off another 6 hours.
Thank you.
Because you gotta start dumping those hours in.
I know. That's in one day. Well, 2 days. By the way.
No, nothing else I'd like to do.
DM, I'd just like to stay where I am,
Okay.
trying to keep my mind clear of thoughts.
As you guys both finish your casting of plant growth after a long 8 hours of just sitting there and concentrating on the spell and what you're doing, there's like a small wave of energy that kind of emanates from both of you that kind of makes the grass begin to glitter, and you watch as like this green wave just goes through the grass and reaches into the trees, and you watch as like these almost small little sparks of green energy and vines begin to grow up into the tree before just turning to dust and kind of like sparkling away. But the forest in the surrounding area has a certain almost glow to it now, a feel that you can see the presence of this forest has become more lively, and you can just feel the energy that you guys have poured into it kind of in the surrounding areas.
That's what it was, Kidai. That's what it is. It still is. Soon the wisps of snow will begin to touch this area, and we used to call it the Silver Thicket because of the way the green stayed. The cold was also always constant. And it's gonna be just like that. Number of days. A week maybe.
Gonna be beautiful.
If we do this and we come back here, somehow I really think it's gonna look like that. Just right. Just so. Thank you, by the way.
Thank you for setting the
got-
tone.
You've got a far better talent at this than I do or likely ever will, but it's just so nice to have you around, and you're so you're so guidelessly good at this. And I
I'm
never
not
understood
godless.
it.
Not
Well,
godless.
You're right.
You
You've got that, and I'll kind of elbow nudge her in her chest plate.
I've also got you all. You know, I think I would be in a very different place if we all didn't come together like we did, and yeah,
I don't know. It's so ridiculous how we came together. You know.
it really is, and for the strangest reasons, it all worked. So
I was going somewhere else to begin with,
where
and
are you
now I
going?
think I'm nowhere closer to the answers than here. I mean, you remember I told you I was gonna try to make my way to that academy, that
Yeah,
all the Vio Ray. That's the only thing they knew outside of the Silver Thicket. This was just a stop. It was just supposed to be a stop. But this is exactly where I needed to be closer to so many answers. To some questions I didn't even know I had.
it works
I
that way, right? You know,
Well,
everything.
Thane always talked about fate, and I'm not gonna be sad to stop hearing about all that. But he's right. He's actually
Gosh,
right.
which one of us is gonna take over being the poetic one, the prophetic, who's gonna give us all advice now?
My money's on, well, it's in the bag, but let's say 300 gold pieces on Samira.
I could see it, definitely.
I think
The
without
Virgin?
Fane gone, she's really gonna kind of, I don't know, come into her own. I never wanted to pressure her too much, but I think she's got a lot that she wants to say.
I think so too. That night when we were out by the fire, there's a lot she doesn't let out when she speaks. So I'm excited, but I mean, there's always going to be that little voice in my head that's like, what would Fane tell me to do right now? You know, he had me believing in myself. So
Yeah. You know, I'd probably be that way. I'd probably be like Zamira on that night if I wasn't simultaneously God knows how old and also less than a year old, or a year old, just about coming up on, if I understand your star cycle correctly.
yeah, that makes the legal age of consuming pretty much anything kind of dicey, huh?
Well, it's like Fane said, doesn't really even affect me.
I'd love to know what does though. Someday.
Well, I've got a lot of things that I still don't understand about how all this, how I work.
Me too.
I'd imagine there's probably something I haven't discovered yet, some switch I can just,
Party
who
mode.
knows?
Party mode switch. Yeah, we'll find it.
It sounds a little reductive, but I'll take it. Okay, I can tell you're egging for that book. Go.
Yeah, I'll let you know if I learn anything fun.
You're gonna have. Well, I took a peek over your shoulder just a little bit when you were reading the other day.
It's a little dry, right?
It's very. It's that's the thing though. Okay, my perspective is obviously not the best because I haven't really been outside the Silver Thicket and outside of my people, but it's talking about mundane shit that I don't expect to find for years.
Well,
But
I mean,
who knows? I mean, this island has surprised me, so maybe the people who write these damn things maybe they have a method to their madness. But I mean, seriously, about this guy from 300 years ago? Did you see that part?
I did, yeah.
And all he did for his whole life was study 3 different plants. How fucking boring.
Depends on the plants, but the ones he chose, a little bit dicey. Like,
Okay. Yeah. Garbage. Well, I mean, that's
well,
one way to waste your legacy, but...
well, it's not
Fane-
wasted. I'm
that's
reading about
Fane
it right
talking.
now.
Fane would have 100% just said that.
That's true.
There's no
That's
way you
true.
can catch
Oh, it's
Fane.
you. You're next. You're next.
What?
You're the next prophet.
This is
No.
my legacy.
No, Fane would have said, if you spend more than a week on some plants, you're wasting your time. Might as well go fight in the arena. 100% that's what he would have said.
He knows that
Reckon.
booze is made from plants, right? And it takes more than a week.
He probably doesn't know. He
Well,
just- he
I'll tell
doesn't-
him someday.
He doesn't know where the booze comes from. It comes from the bottle, and that's all that matters, right?
It took less than an hour for you guys to reduce the bump it.
Thank you, sir.
Yay.
Fane does have an intelligence of 9, so they're not far off.
Oh, well.
He's street smart.
Street smart. Street smarts.
That's why I told you the Locks of Lightheart would require more wisdom than knowledge.
Yeah, that's why Fane looked at it. He's like, "What the fuck?"
Anyway,
don't-
I'm gonna go read
don't
about
do
another
your-
boring dude.
At least it's not that guy who studied those plants for that long.
You know what? I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn around and anything that I read, like as a study mechanism, I'm gonna turn around and like gossip it to you. I think that's what I'm gonna do. As to like remember, you know? I'm gonna tell it to you as if it's the hottest gossip you've ever heard.
Okay, well, I'll ask you this while you're reading all that mostly historic, undated garbage that you don't even know
Juicy
where it's
gossip.
from. Yeah. Do let me know if you find anything interesting, because I'm always trying to understand the greater realm out
I'll do
here.
my best. DM, can I keep an eye out while I'm reading for anything that sounds like Akari would be interested?
Whatever you want.
Sure.
This book is
And
not
now-
meant to be wrote for entertainment purposes. It's written to
I know.
enrich the mind.
I know.
I love Dungeons and Dragons because of our RP, Matt has to come up with shit.
Mm-hmm.
Eh, I'm happy.
Or we do.
Sure, fuck it. I'll just keep talking until Matt
Yeah.
tells me it doesn't exist.
Well. Off I go.
Anything else the rest of you want to do before bedding down for the evening? I know only
but
two of
but
you
in
did
case it
anything. But...
means-
What's that?
But in case it means that I get attacked, I stay firmly where I am. Just in case that matters. So for your distinction. Why did I bait it? Why did I say something? Now he's rolling.
You're staying on the outskirts of the city?
I was planning on staying where we were when I cast Plant Growth, yes.
Okay.
Because I'm home for the first time.
Okay.
It's just some passive aggressive okays, man. I don't like that.
That's okay. Kill me in my own home. That's fine.
Kothar, Zamira, is there anything you'd like to do before the evening? Anyone you'd like to see?
Reflect and meditate and all that jazz.
Like I said, I was hanging out with Akari. I went out there to make sure nothing happened while he cast a spell, because I thought it was just going to be him, and I ain't leaving.
Okay. Kida, are you staying on the outskirts of the city as well to read your book, or are you kind of returning to Gram's tent to read and then go to bed?
The outskirts.
Okay.
I'd imagine you wouldn't need light, but
Well, moon.
Might need a little more
Oh.
light than that.
Okay, I'll go inside.
All right,
The
Mom.
circle of the moon. Doesn't the moon like give her reading light?
Yeah.
Moon-based dark vision.
That
Zamira,
should be
where
a
are you
thing.
staying?
I'll probably just kind of like stay out, like, I don't know, to the edge of the forest where I want to meditate or something.
So you're traveling an hour out of the city to the edge of the forest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Split the party.
Zamira, what's your
in
passive perception?
We're in top form
19.
here.
Okay. Are you staying there to sleep for the night, Zamira?
Yeah.
Okay. You bed down for the evening. Kothar, Kidai, eventually after she finishes her riveting chapter on her book about, instead of a man reading plants, now it is a man cataloging the known animals of the world.
How many
Wait.
have pictures? How many have pictures?
None have
Give me
pictures. None
Shut
have
up,
pictures.
Matt. They all have pictures.
None of them have pictures.
Can I roll for pictures?
How many have artist renderings?
He
Someone's
realized what he
commissions
did the
porn.
second he said that.
I knew what I
When he
did.
said that,
Second he
you
said
regretted it. The moment he said it, I saw your eyes light up.
What am I? What am I rolling for? Like,
Uh,
just general roll.
roll an intelligence check.
Intelligence?
Yeah.
22.
What kind of animals are you wanting?
All of them.
I don't know about all of them.
Anything I can wild shape.
T-Rex.
There's
T-Rex.
enough descriptions
T-Rex.
of
T-Rex.
there's enough descriptions of prehistoric type animals like mammoths
Barbara?
and saber-tooths and
Ankylosaurus, an abyssal chicken,
no.
and
An abyssal
Like-
chicken?
Abyssal
I
chicken.
don't know why that's on my
Like,
list, but it's the
Abyssal
first thing on my
chicken.
list.
And whatever the other one was, God, I can't remember his name.
Oh yeah, no, that
Barbara and
was
Spike.
yeah, Barbara and Spike.
Spike, that's right.
She can already do that though because she's seen them.
I know, but they were prehistoric beings.
So I'll just, for future reference, ask you if it was in the book. That-
Sure.
If I can, yeah, if I find something neat.
She got an open gift card.
I
for-
did.
For animal shaves.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
Worth
me
it.
saying this
100% worth
next
it for
chapter
the
was going to
RP.
be boring.
But
Worth it for the
eventually
RP.
the two of you lay down for your evening. Akara, you set up your kind of watch for the evening as you do every night
Yep.
for your
Yeah, if they,
What
if they
you-
both bed down, then I am 100% doing Sentry's Rest.
almost around midnight as the moon is kind of sitting at the pinnacle of in the sky, shining down on you. You feel a presence around you. And you feel something cold grab your shoulder. Something metallic. And as you turn to look, there's a mechanical hand sitting on your shoulder. And as you look up, you see another Warforged standing above you.
I'll flip around real fast and draw my bow.
There's a gun
Leveling
in your
it.
face.
It's all over now. The game was rigged from the start. I will level my bow at this person.
Don't move.
Oh, you're fucking talking to me. Sorry, you caught me off guard. I did not know that.
Hex, would you like to
Let's reset.
describe your character?
What you see is a thin but sturdy man of brass, which is somewhat grimy and worn with dirt. Blue eyes that are just sort of like impressions in the face, but almost an artistic impression of what a human face would look like. He's wearing a deep blue cloak with a hood that goes over his head that wraps down, and you see across his body a number of tools and implements around belts, just simple clothing. It's simple leathers, I should say, that are travel worn. He's got a small pistol in his hand and what appears to be like a slightly larger, almost like ship's cannon on his shoulder. It's got two little legs and it's sort of sitting there. And there's a pistol in your face.
I will DM describe the scene if you want to change it. I will spawn a second ethereal arrow on the string. Just with a subtle flick of my ring finger.
Stay where you are.
Where? How? Who are you? Let's start with names.
You are the one under questioning. Who are you? I recognize the others, but I do not recognize you. You were there in the
Others?
city. The others laying about here. I recognize them. You fell and you became like me.
It's a shroud.
Drop it.
Why?
Do it. I need proof.
You know why I have it.
I don't.
Huh. You know, if I so much as yell, see that big guy over there? He'd take us both apart.
If you are who I think you are, I would very much like it if you did not do that.
Who is it that you think I am?
8001. I could not see. You were far.
I'll drop the shroud.
If the eyes
And?
could go wide, they would. It is good to see you again. Do you not recognize me?
You have no idea how little I understand and how... No, it's just interesting to see. I'll just gesture with my head. The person you're looking for is not me.
I'll sit down. Put the pistol aside.
I
happened?
drop one arrow off the knock.
Where have you been?
There's something you need to understand. Who you think you're talking to... I'll sit down. The name's Akare. Akare Venaye. Yours?
My designation is CD-003, but I'm called Scholar. Damn, did I just do feint?
You did. 100%. 100% you did feint.
You can switch it. You can switch it.
Sorry.
You said, I'm sorry, CD-003?
Yeah.
You're ahead of me. We need to start from the beginning of the line here.
Have you lost memory?
I'm not. I'm not this. I'm someone now. Someone different than you think you know.
We all are after what happened.
What happened?
Do you not remember when the serpent came? When Elzora came? All of us were affected in some way.
Look, I've only been... Yes, I've lost all of my memory. Whoever...
I can see that you are frustrated. I will explain. I am CD003, created by Vika Seville in your image. I served the oligarchy by recreating you 1,000 times over. And after, leading those of us who were created in your image in battle. Until the serpent came. And something changed. And we were freed. We've looked for you in one way, shape, or form for a long time.
Who is we?
The awakened. Our people.
So you're talking about before this serpent came for me, the Akare, not AD, and it hurt people that took me in. It came back again, a second time. So the first, it what? Woke everyone created in my image up.
There are many like us, but we were controlled, enslaved, if you will. And when the serpent came, something he did set us free. You were lost that day, as was the city of Elzora until I discovered it here recently.
Then how did you get here?
I came to find you. After a fashion.
But how? And I'll kind of raise my hand and do the force that I originally described coming out of it from Planar Warrior. How did you get here? Because I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about that other... I've only seen I don't know how to pronounce it.
We came later. The oligarchy pursued us after we took our freedom. We came here. And then, recently, I sailed across the sea.
So you're searching for AD, for me. Why? What am I to you?
A messiah of sorts. I think is the human term.
Yeah, kind of glance off towards Kidai. They do that. We do that. Do you not have a shroud?
I've never needed one, though I can see its use.
Yeah. Well, given our shared history, I would say it's paramount. I mean, look what happened to me. Reason why you exist. Anyone else who's greedy is gonna snatch you up.
That's why we band together. That's why we came here. And here, we've known peace. There are always those, but I came here more specifically to seek your creator, our creator.
Yeah, well, problem with that one. The Gazing King.
The serpent.
Yeah, that's the one. He, I landed, I fell from, well, I'll just tell you what I think I know anyway. Something landed me here from wherever I was, doing whatever, I mean, you know more than me, what I was doing before this. But I fell to this place, a place called the Silver Thicket. It's underneath the Frigid Mountains. And the Gazing King came for them because of me. Turned them all, locked them in time, turned them to stone. There's a place, that away.
The tower in Elzora.
They call it High Pass here, but you and I both know its name. She's in there.
I
My
know.
mother, she's in there. And, same.
She is alive.
I saw the briefest moment of suffering. So yes, she's alive.
This is good news. I've waited for some time in Elzora, trying to find her. And
So
I
that's
checked.
when you saw me, was in Elzora.
I did not see you, but the signs. Scratch marks on the door, unsettled dust, campfires. And I began to search. And I saw a man fall in a burning village not far from here. And he turned into metal. And he looked like somebody I once knew.
So, how well did you know him?
Very well. In
What
and
was he
out.
to you?
He was an inspiration, a guideline, a partner after a sense in work. There are generations to our kind, different series, with different skill sets and specialties. You're the only A series. The B series were the first attempt. Not as good. Brutish. Powerful, but brutish. I'm of the C series. We were a step closer to the perfection that Seville saw in you. We in turn modified you, created in your image. We studied you and provided you tools many things. We worked closely for a long time.
So you're responsible. Well, no.
I claim no
helped.
credit.
You helped him become what he was.
Via modification, study, technology, we made him more than what he was. What you
And he was the one who destroyed what I know here and led to bringing that serpent around to all of this. And you helped with that.
I take no credit.
I wasn't throwing blame or credit. I was asking.
It was these hands that built, yes.
You helped AD-001 become what he ended up being, whatever that entails.
Yes,
Correct?
yes.
Okay. Well, here's a Kare Vinaye before you. Not this AD, you know. So what are you going to do? Do you want AD back? Or do you want to see what Akari can do? And his newfound friends?
Whatever it is you decide.
I'm not your leader. And I am not your master. You do not follow my demands and directives.
If you say so. Nonetheless, I am here, and I have found the fulfillment of many years' toil. It is a relief to see you again.
Inside check. 5.
Do I roll a persuasion check?
You can do whatever you feel like. I rolled a 5, so you tell me what you're showing off, because it doesn't really matter to me.
Being honest. Akari.
Yeah. That's the one.
Our society. When I said Messiah, I may have used the wrong word. Your mother is our creator, and there are many of those among us, among the awakened, who worship her. And by continuation, yourself, to a degree.
Well, Scholar, was it?
Yes.
I think we have a common goal.
Tell me.
She can answer your questions and give you more context on all of this than I could hope to try. I'm actually not sorry that I'm not the person you were looking for. Because I can't answer your questions. And I have the same ones, I suspect, many of them. It's interesting seeing how far you've come, and I respect that. Don't do it, Zach. In a lot of ways. But the place you've just wandered into is dangerous beyond measure.
I have been here for some time. I am familiar.
Yeah, well, then you've had the worst of it because you haven't even been in one of these little villages. I need you to do a thing for me. Your introduction needs to be tempered, because my friends don't understand any of what you just told me, and they likely won't. And you do have some double explaining to do, so I guess get prepared to run through that again. Shorthand version, keep it nice and simple. Do me a favor and just recognize that I'm not AD. I'm not. I carry whatever he brought, whatever they brought, that construct brought to this world, and I'm sorry about all the history you're talking about, but I am not AD. And if I can recover some memories and embody your friend, I'm not against that. But I have 4 other people that I have to care about, and dozens more beyond that. And you've been on this island long enough to understand that there's choice few ways out.
I respect the choice. I too grappled with the question of who I was for some time after we awoke. You will forgive me if I find it difficult not to afford you a modicum of respect, nonetheless.
Look, I get it. It's Scholar, it's no big deal. There's a lot of nuances here, and we haven't had any time to cover them.
May I make a request?
Of AD, you may. And
Of
I'll do my
Akari.
best to honor it. Sure.
Will you take me to her?
It's funny enough, we were going real close.
I would like that.
You got something you think you could leverage regarding that? Anything I'm not aware of?
I know only that the door in the tower was sealed to all but the Durnast. I know the city well, but otherwise I do not.
Yeah, well, I've got the key to that door, so...
That is good news.
I've got the key and the access, so...
If I can be of any service, I will. I am capable in combat. I am skilled in technology as well.
Scholar, stop. You're already along for the ride.
Thank you.
You don't need to prove yourself to me or anybody else.
I'm grateful.
Do you mind if I just want to reach out and put my hand on his chest plate? You've got a lot of mechanicals on you, and I know you said you worked on AD. How much do you know about us?
Everything.
Like how it all works?
Do you refer to the wires, electricity, conduction, physics?
Yeah.
Yes, it was my specialty.
What about what What about what gives us that? Everybody calls it a soul. Where's that come
That's
from?
a question I hope to ask soon.
Of her.
And yes. I have my thoughts, but I have my suspicions as well.
Okay, let's get to it. Why don't you just... This is going to be the strangest thing I've ever tried to explain. Why don't you back up 20 paces that way? Don't draw your firearm. They will not hurt you, by my word.
I trust you.
It's just gonna take some explaining. We gotta find you a shroud. Like, seriously.
I would prefer not to.
Okay, well, it's gonna be... I've always worried about... Well, okay. Off you go.
I can wear my hood, if it's preferable.
We'll work on that. We'll jump off that bridge when we get to it. 20 paces that way, Scholar.
Very well.
I will wake up Kothar.
Are you waking them all? Or just
And
waiting?
Kedai.
Are you waking them all or waiting till the morning?
No, I'll wake... Well, Zamira isn't here, correct?
Correct.
So I'll wake up Kothar and Kedai. Well, no, I'll just wait till morning. Fuck it. Yeah, because I guess they do want their rest, don't they? You're right.
I don't think that necessarily anyone needs it besides Kedai getting her 3rd level back, but...
Okay, so sorry. Fast forward. I'll ask Scholar to back up 20 paces that way whenever we've had a long rest. We're about done. I will wake up both Kothar and Kedai.
And he robs you guys of your long rest. No, I'm joking.
I wake up, my face kind of like stuck to one of the book pages. Yeah. Yeah, what's up?
I need you guys to hear me, and I'm still trying to understand. I don't even know where to start.
We can start with breakfast.
You're gonna want to take this one on an empty stomach, because
Okay.
I'm glad I don't eat. Oh, we've got a new friend.
That's always good news, right? That's always kind of like nudge Kothar. That's good news.
Yeah, he's like me, like Mimi, like metal. Ding ding.
Ding ding ding.
You know what? I'm not joking.
You found another metal man?
His name's Scholar. He's from... He
1,
knows...
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm counting my fingers to make sure I'm actually awake and not dreaming.
He knows the old me, the AD0, that one. He's infatuated with me. It's kind of weird. He knows a lot more than I do, and he's over there. He's got a gun. Kothar, don't move too fast.
Should we get Samira?
No, he's not gonna be. Look,
No. I just mean.
Yeah, we should get Zamira, but like, how the hell am I gonna send a little birdie? Maybe.
I can send a little birdie. I can send a little birdie.
If you want to, I don't know.
Just a little tweet. Just a nice little pleasant tweet birdie.
Tell her not to come running with fists ready at the charge.
Tweet calm
Samira not
birdie.
to run.
A very calming bird.
I think maybe we can just get Zamira the traditional way. Let's not do anything too crazy, right? Look, this guy. I assume he's a guy. He referred to himself as Scholar. Referred to himself as he. He knows everything. He knows more than I do about this whole high pass. Elzora, Astoria, that lady in the stone. Remember, my creator. He knows me. He used to work on me, apparently. not in a way that I
Oh.
prefer, but in
He
one way
worked
that
on you.
I'm willing to dismiss it. The story about AD becoming a look, I'm not even sure I believe this story, but how AD was like this ridiculous machine that could
Right.
walk through realms. It's hard to even think it was me, right? But
So,
that's
how are you doing with this newfound friend and information?
well, see, it's funny. I'm starting to think in multiple different terms. He would call it a system overload. I just don't know what the hell to think, except for I touched him, so he's real. He drew a gun
Okay.
on me, so he's real. And he knows a lot more than I do, but it seems like he's kind of in the same boat, like he doesn't know at all.
Okay.
He's
Where is he?
20 paces that way. Right behind that tree stump. He's not being discreet about it.
Can I see him?
With your
Just sitting there.
perception, hell yeah, you can see him.
I'll just give him a little wave.
We'll raise a hand.
I didn't want to alarm y'all. I'll kind of nod him over.
I'll stand up and walk over. It's
Go
nice to
Tyre?
meet you.
It's,
This is Scholar. His name's Scholar.
Put my hand like somewhat awkwardly up, like it's a little stiff, as if I've been told to do it, but don't fully understand. And the hand just goes out.
I will, in the same exact fashion, take his hand and shake it.
I love
My
it.
name's Kidai.
It's nice to meet you, Kidai.
It's nice to meet you, Scholar. You're very shiny.
I'm afraid I have. Oh, it was a joke.
It was a compliment.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Question, DM/Hex, probably Hex. What is the battle wear on Scholar?
It's more like mud and just a little bit of like, field duty. Just like
Okay, so he's not like super duper shined up then.
He's not like AD
No.
where AD is fucking destroyed
right.
on the exterior. Right.
He's very much intact across his body, but he's just dirty. Little scratches and little things here. And
he's a
there,
used smartphone.
but just one that's
a
just
factory
one-
refurbished.
He's
Yeah.
a used smartphone, and 8001 is Nokia.
Yeah, I'm like an eBay for $30.
broken screen.
Cracked, not broken.
Beautiful.
Cracked, damn it.
Avery's more of the Motorola Razr from like 2007.
Damn.
And the iPhone
DM,
6.
what's our relative distance to the walls and cigar? Can I just like, sorry, I'm trying to cheat here.
No, you're fine.
Can I like whistle, get the attention of a guard, kind of motion? They get the idea, like go get Samira, send her out here.
I mean, yeah, the scouts would at least hear your whistle, just recognizing it from the amount of time you spent with them.
Right.
But yeah, you could call them over, and then they could go get her. Probably take them.
Don't like being fetched.
I don't want to do it, but
I can
Zamira
go
is
and
still
get her.
an hour's way
Let's have
out
another
outside the
Warforged
city.
drop. Oh, that's right. Never mind. She's on the outskirts. Fuck.
I can
Never
go and get
mind.
her.
Is she in the same direction we are? Did she go to like the outskirts, the other side?
She
Why
went.
don't you just
She went
send
to the
Dwayne?
same side as you
I was
guys,
gonna
but
say.
you guys are about 10 to 15 minutes outside the city. She is an hour outside the city.
Let's just
I can-
walk to her. Let's just start going that way. Let's just.
Okay.
It's only like 30 seconds travel
And-
for Zamira.
And she's extremely
say, but we
lucky
can
that I
take
rolled
Dwayne.
extremely low for anything not to attack her.
We can take Dwayne.
Nice.
I think maybe we.
Too much for a new friend. Too
Yeah,
much
we'll take
for a new
Dwayne.
friend.
Let's
You're right.
yeah, one thing at a time. Let's take
Mhm.
Dwayne once we pick up Zamira and decide what we're gonna do. Gods, it's really it's horribly unfortunate we're walking away from the city because you know who would never fucking believe this? Fane.
Let's go back and talk to
Can
Fane.
we pass Fane on the walk there?
Fane's in the city.
Fuck you guys.
Inside the town.
I'm not even lying. You know he would have a field day with it.
The problem is I have to make fun of myself now.
Make Avery
That's
talk,
the best
make Avery talk
part.
to himself.
You made character 2 that character 1 would be wholly interested in finding
True.
and making fun of.
Can I like
It is
skip by
100%
where
true,
Fane
by
is
the
to
way.
gossip?
Fane would never have believed there's another Warforged. Especially of this specific nature.
No, this is
Also-
everything he made fun of Akari for almost being in the beginning.
Also, Hex, sir, chef's kiss.
Damn.
I'm glad you like it.
Hold on, now that was a joint effort.
Aw.
It's an effort.
You had to keep it
Beautiful
topical.
all around.
My wires 150% twisted for like 2 minutes. I was like, what the hell? Like, what do I even do?
Good job, both of
Damn.
you.
No, quality, top notch.
Yes, sir.
So we're walking towards Zamira.
But do we
pass?
pass Fane?
No.
But like, what if we passed Fane?
Why
What
would
if
he be
Fane's just
further
out
out than us?
Yeah, why would Fane
No,
be
it's okay.
outside
He's
the
just out
city?
there. It's fine. It's fine.
I thought we were walking across the city for some reason. That makes
No.
I'll tell you one thing, Scholar, as we're walking. Scholar, you're gonna have a hell of a time. You ever think imbibed?
No,
Okay. Well,
doesn't.
these two and this one over here that we're about to meet, as I point, they're intensely curious if it affects us. So I was curious if you knew, because I took a couple sips and it gets them a whole. Have you seen how I get?
There is a modification done on later models that allows responses to stimuli of that sort. It's not the same, but it captures the same effect.
Party switch.
Sounds like a burden.
The later generations seem to enjoy it.
So let me get this straight. The later generations enjoy more than utility and service. That's.
We are.
I mean, my memory is reset, and even where I come from, the tribe where I come from, that was what we did.
Oh,
we
Akari. I mean,
protected.
assuming that I can hear this.
Okay.
Yeah,
Akari,
it's not
you
a-
can't tell me that you haven't grown to know and love more than service.
I keep the memories in this book to remind me of how great all of you are.
See?
That's not.
It's the same. The same thing. I'm right.
We do feel emotions. You do understand this. They are different, but not dissimilar.
You're right. I mean, of course, Kida's right.
Always.
Well, at least she's not humble.
I appreciate her hope.
No, humility doesn't suit her because she is just. Well, you'll see.
They gassed me up. I can give you a whole history lesson on this walk if you want.
I would.
Oh,
love
the
it.
one about the guy with the plants, or a new one?
Oh, not that one. No, I mean, I was gonna talk about us. Like, I was a chef, and then I was running
Oh,
away
yeah.
because I ate somebody,
thing,
and then we
do your
get
thing.
on a boat, and yeah, we get on a boat, and then we meet together, and then there's this, and I will just babble, almost unintelligibly the entire way, like a soap opera. Everything up until this point, except for leaving out anything that's like
too personal.
Oh,
you
like
know.
you ate people? Because that was the first thing you led with.
Well, yeah, that's important. That's
What?
plot.
After about 45 minutes, Hidai gives you a not very detailed rundown of everything they've done on the island so far.
And so anyway, this, the really hunky one with the no shirt, and I told him not to wear a vest because vest, it just wouldn't suit him. He never puts on a shirt anyway. So he won, and now he has to stay with the village. And we're about to go to another village. So that's where we're at.
I love you so much, Alyssa. That was so...
You guys walk up on a meditating Zamira.
My eyes are closed, so I am aware that people have approached, but not who.
I mean,
Hey,
you
Zamira,
know
we got
who.
a
You
surprise for
recognize
ya.
Kidai's voice.
Well, I mean, not that there's an extra person with them. I knew that it was my group, is what I was getting at.
Samira, I think we got a lovely surprise for you.
Just kind of open my eyes and turn around.
Yeah, she floats, by the way.
Yeah, they probably would
That's
have.
good to know.
Surprised you didn't lead with that one.
That was fine.
Was it Faining? Fuck.
You are kind of like,
Oh,
Zigzag.
yeah,
It's gonna take a
Samira,
while.
this is Scala.
I'll just be dumbfounded, staring and half pointed at him.
Hand
What
goes
is
out.
this? I'll just shake your hand very curiously. And then I want to have the air swirl around him, and I want to take a big whiff.
Smells like motor
mud.
oil.
Smell the metal
Motor
boy.
oil.
Smells like a Jeep that's been on the Moab.
Yeah. It's nice to meet
Smells
you.
like a garage. Exactly, am I
Hmm.
meeting?
Hmm.
My name is Scala.
Fane.
What are you
It
a
wasn't
scholar
Fane, was
of?
it?
It was Fane.
It. No, I'm insecure. It was my title. I was called scholar by my people.
Oh.
My
For
official
being a scholar
designation
of
is
what?
Many things.
Such as?
After the founding of our city, it needed guidance, and I offered it. One of many who did. And I was given the title as names were chosen.
What city?
New Elzora.
I'll just kind of look to Akari. What the
Zamira,
fuck is this guy talking?
you missed the better half of it. I would like to, DM, if I may, Emma, if you need any details, let me know. Can I just fill Zamira in, the short and the skinny?
Yeah.
Emma, do you need
Yeah,
any
we
details?
can just retcon
Can
that.
we
Just assume that we divulged it all.
Yeah. There you go. You're filled in.
Oh, very cool.
Speaking of scholar, if that's, we have a strange thing in this group about. Well, I had a strange thing for a while. If scholar's who you want to be, then scholar you can be. But if you want to be something, if you want to have a different name, you can have it here. If you want to be something and someone else, you can have it here.
I call you Curly.
No, thank you.
Figured I'd offer.
It is appreciated.
Well, I hope now you can appreciate how these 4, now 3, have shaped who I am.
I'm sure I will come to learn.
So let's I don't want to call the shots here. If everyone doesn't mind, why don't we take Scholar to what he wants to see? He, right?
Hey,
I mean, yeah, we can head back. It's not that terribly far. I mean, everything's pretty close in this island with Dwayne, so.
Now, we should probably be able to get the high pass before it's too feeding time, I would hope. Kidai. If he'd be so kind with the roke.
Has he seen Dwayne yet, guys?
No. Scholar, don't be alarmed. It's going to be a big ass bird in about
Oh.
T-minus 10 seconds.
Oh, not my feet.
Like a big
Okay,
Here-
bird.
Can your kind get motion sickness?
TPD. I think.
no. Not
Okay,
unless
he knows.
we choose to modify in that way.
Yeah, start asking him all the questions, Zamira, because he knows me a lot better than I know me. Convenient. I
Hey,
guess
anyway,
that's why
here's
I
a big
call
bird.
him Yeah.
I'm excited to see.
Oh, it's there. It's really right in front of you.
She like holds up the
It's
feather
the-
token, and then like in the multicolored bird of the rock, like massive bird shoots out of it.
This is Dwayne.
I hold out my hand.
I'll shake the hand. I'll reach up and shake the hand.
He doesn't have those. He has wings.
I am familiar with birds, but you've given him a name. Or he has chosen a name?
What? Hold on. Back up just a bit. Scholar, you've actually seen a bird this big before. Like, this fucking startled the hell out of me the first time.
I've seen many things.
Okay, well, have
I've
you seen a
been-
dragon with a 14-foot wingspan? Because that's what's up
1400.
next.
If you
God.
refer
I'm
to,
so dead. I'm so dead.
I have seen the dragons that patrol this place. Yes,
Yeah, I'm talking like big, like fuck off big. Like,
the black one. Yes,
Yes.
I have seen
Yeah.
it.
Any chance you could tell him to, like, fuck off and die, or
I could try.
that would be most helpful.
Presently.
Just like that, Siltroy's dead.
Yay! I did it!
You don't get to take credit. Scholar did that.
We did it!
she's just the
The
CC
benefit.
on the credit column. Oh my god. I mean, yeah. Scholar, it's weird. Why don't you just... You gotta get into the swing, man. Hold on. Can I ask you... Can I see your gun? I'm just... Whatever that is, you're... I don't know what a gun is. Can I see that? I'm really curious.
Here, I'll hand it over.
DM, I expect I see a flintlock pistol or
You
some
see a
other
flintlock
ridiculous
pistol.
device. Yeah. No idea how it works. That's I'll just cock it back. That's really cool, and just hand it back live. Not knowing what
I'll release the hammer, like gingerly, like with mechanical precision, return it. I'm working on a modification to this one. And I'll pull out from my pocket a very long barreled sort of stock with like a metal tube that's very much unfinished. It's longer with improved barreling for increased accuracy and stopping power at distance. This, the small one, I'll hold up the small one, has difficulty with accuracy at more than 60 or so feet. And can be difficult to load quickly. And then I'll just
So
put...
it's-
Have we seen guns before?
It's like a pocket cannon.
Of sorts.
Okay.
This on my shoulder, however, is one of my finest creations.
Fair.
This one does not suffer those accuracy issues.
To answer your question, Kida, you have not seen modern weapons like this.
That's what I
before.
figured.
I've seen a
I thought
handful
somebody
of
had-
guns. I know I
I was
have.
gonna say, I thought
Yeah,
somebody had one.
Kothar, you definitely have being in the Navy. I'm just saying Kedai hasn't.
Yeah.
I thought somebody on the boat had one, but I could be
They did.
wrong.
She had an Aether pistol, but not
Oh,
a
okay, that's
Gregor does.
that's fine.
Yeah,
similar.
Beggar has a standard firearm, doesn't he?
I think he has the Aether boomstick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he might. Yeah.
I've never gotten to ask
So
questions. That's all I'm saying.
you've seen something similar, but you've never seen flintlock guns. Is what I was getting at.
Ah, got it.
This is, well, it's a price of technology, and it's quite useful.
And what? You said, Kothar, it's like a small cannon?
Yeah, just like you know how cannons operate. Like I showed you last time we were on the ship, right?
Yeah, boom.
Boom.
Yeah, just shrink everything.
Oh.
Scholar,
Yes.
you picked that up from here or there?
It was a gift, but they are common where we are from.
Common's a very loose term.
They're
No.
more common.
Yes.
They're far more common. If we're talking about what I was, there that I was talking about, they are far more common.
He's not talking about there.
Okay, copy that. We got 3 different intermediaries here.
Yeah, I know.
Discuss, yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting a little froggy. Well, let's get to.
Presently.
On the rock, hordes, high pass.
I mean, DM, can we make it to the top of the tower? And
I pass and Ophila are about the same. You guys can make it there in one day.
And I read.
On the flight?
Yes.
Yes, but I'll say you only get like half the time because it's hard to read with the speed of the rock going through.
I do have a question.
I might have an answer.
It's a dumb
Not
question.
speed, it's about power.
Haste technically says it doubles speed. It does not say
1
what
minute.
kind of speed.
It lasts 1 minute.
Well, yeah, but what if he does it a lot?
It also leaves you stunned afterwards, so
Oh no.
you get
That's fine.
some,
I'll
you
carry
lose some.
you.
It's
Yeah,
okay.
We fall out of the sky.
Darn. Okay, I'll just read it regular half speed.
I will allow you to get 3 more hours for your flight.
You said all day.
Yeah, but I also said you were getting a reduced time.
What if I
You said
body
half
shield?
time.
If you body shield, roll a performance check for me, Kothar.
Oh, fuck me.
Can I assist him in that?
Sure.
Have it at advantage.
If I may make a recommendation,
16.
Your recommendation, Scholar?
I know the city of High Pass, as you call it, quite well. If we land outside and make our way on foot, it would be safer, and I can guide.
Kedai, you can get 6 hours.
I'll take 6 hours. I'll cuddle in real nice and cozy.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with many of the automatons there.
They referred to, I think it was a signature when we were being engaged. Are you saying you have one?
I have a code, yes. Of sorts. Much of what I did in High Pass was reprogramming, and if that could not be done, then I simply avoided the threats.
I was kind of nudge Kedai. He says I'm the Masedai.
I told you don't give yourself enough credit.
No, this is all him.
Wait
You
till you see
mocking
what you
me.
can do.
Well,
I'm not mocking you. Never mocking.
we'll see. I think Scholar is going to be responsible for what I can do.
I think you've always been responsible. You just don't remember yet. That's not your fault. But I
By
think
your
it's going to
lead,
be
Scholar.
something really fun.
When we have time, I would be more than willing to assist.
Yeah, for now, just set us down. By your lead, Scholar.
Indeed.
Are we in high beds? Is that a thing?
After your
Trying to mosey us along as quick as possible. I'm having a lot of fun with this. I'm enjoying the hell out of this.
have you spend the majority of your day flying across the skies over the lower reaches of Yuldenheim. You guys land on the outskirts of the crater of High Pass. You land, and the rock is called back into his feather token.
By the way,
You may
Thanks,
take
Dwayne.
the lead,
thanks, Dwayne.
Scholar.
I will, once we get to the ground, I will begin picking a well-traveled path down into the crater. Start navigating, considering the time, where I know the various automatons to be, and
Scholar,
Yes.
do
Okay.
you need a bit more visual cover, or are we good?
How do you mean?
I can keep light away from, well, shining off us and from my friends.
I find that my cloak does an admirable job, and I'll turn the cloak, and you'll see it's like a almost like a woven sort of like there's like fibers woven into it, and it's sort of like very grayish blue, and it just seems to absorb the light in a very kinetic way.
Yep.
It is much appreciated. If I need assistance, I will let you know.
Only offering. I can do that sort of thing.
It is much appreciated.
Keep on.
Thank you. And I will lead through. Just try to, based on the position of the sun, calculate the time of the day. Knowing the schedules and the workings of the city, I'll just pick my way through. If there's a place I know a friendly-ish automaton will be, then I'll just walk straight past it, and warn the party, so on and so forth. But I'll just take the time and guide them through.
Roll a d20 for me.
Okay. First roll is the new character. Let's go. 11.
Middle of the road.
Scroll down here a little bit.
I should get that at advantage.
Sure, roll again.
Yes. No,
It's
wait.
a
That's how that
D20.
works?
I know, I was
It's a randomly
kidding.
rolling table.
You just say that, and he gives it to you.
Okay. As you guys
Say it, Matt. Say it.
begin venturing through the ruins of High Pass, as
Big adventure too.
a scholar begins leading you down the winding cobblestone paths of the kind of back alleys and avoiding the main patrol areas around the abbey and around the transient pylons where you guys have had a few run-ins with them whenever you were investigating the library and the last time you were in this city. And eventually brings you to a more central open area that used to be remnants of maybe a market or a meeting area. There's a smashed fountain in the center of the open area here. But as you guys are kind of moving through, and Scholar knows his way through, and it's quickly and easily enough for you guys to see that he's kind of mapped out this city, and you can avoid the known enemies.
Avoid known enemies.
No, we're stretching it.
Good.
As
But-
Eltroy swoops
Tuck
down
my
and
gun!
eats us all.
No, he's dead, remember? We killed him.
As you
Copy
guys are
that, ma'am.
moving through the open
Campaign
square,
over.
town square, you hear a smash as a building topples over behind you guys. And you turn around and see a massive black dragon sitting on the top, much larger than the adult dragon or the young dragons that you've seen, much older, staring down all of you.
Nope.
And remembering whenever you guys ran while Altosia and Zeltroy fought, this dragon looks like a miniature version of him.
Oh.
One of his children.
This
Well,
was not
Troy
part of the
Jr.,
schedule.
he only has a 12-foot wingspan.
And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Oh,
I want to keep playing, man.
Dragon fight! Dragon
We go
fight!
till 3 a.m. Correct?
Uh,
that was our schedule.
Oh, is that right?
We were scheduled for that. That was on my docket. Did everybody not get the same docket?
No.
I did
The
not get
hell?
that docket. No.
You guys
Oh,
are getting
yeah.
dockets?
You guys are getting paid.
Hex. Jesus Christ, mate. Matt, whatever you put into that, good
Both
God.
of you,
I'm
incredible.
glad you like it. I'm glad you like it.
Y'all had me flabbergasted for a solid minute and a half. I genuinely did not know what to think or do.
Yeah, he approached me
I was literally
after,
trying to buy time. I was like, what do I do? What do I do? Oh, fuck.
after last session. He approached me and he's like, "Hey, I still have this backup character that I want to play. That's a Warforged." And he's like, "I think I have an idea on how we can make it work." And we basically just like brainstormed it out over, a couple of days.
You
And-
son of a bitch.
yeah.
Damn.
Created. It was
See,
my
that's the funny thing.
first. So go ahead.
No, you go on. No.
My first character I was going to make for Matt's campaign was this character, under a different name and obviously backstory.
Yeah.
It was going to be
Oh,
cool.
wow.
And I just
I
was holding them in my pocket for a long time.
That's what
I
I
was
gonna
so
say.
mad. Go ahead.
That's what I was gonna say, Hex, is like you and I both, or at least me, I asked Matt, I was like, how do Warforged work in the world? He's like, they don't exist. I was like, haha, bullshit. Here's a 7-page backstory about how it doesn't exist in your world, but it does now. And he was like, I'll take it. And like same idea, man. You were thinking about playing a Warforged, but it didn't fit, and you're like, I can sleaze my way in here. Like,
Honestly, I had options, but before the end of that session, I knew that I wanted to do this, and I knew that I could make it work with the way things were.
Yeah.
And I think it was that same night I sent you that message. I was like, this?
Yeah, you sent me something along the lines of, and I won't divulge anything because I don't want to give away your backstory, but you were like, he did this, can I do this, how it kind of fits in to make it work? And like, yeah, we can make it work.
Yeah. A lot of fun.
So when any of us
Because,
die,
like-
do we have to come back as robots?
Do you
Genius.
If any of us die, do we just also make a Warforged, and then before the end of this game, we're all just robots?
what? You're all robots.
I was so upset because like Fane is irreplaceable in my mind. Like I love Fane. He is just. I was
love
so
Fane.
upset that he was leaving. Then you
I
pull
love
out
Fane.
if
But
Spock
Scholar.
and Data had a baby. Like you
Yeah.
just hit that niche so perfectly. And now I'm even more mad that you did it. Like you've made somebody I like more already.
Yeah,
Holy
Fane is
shit.
good, but Scholar could be better.
Well,
Damn.
that's tough.
I was really like,
not.
I'm never gonna love anybody after Fane, but holy shit.
It's the excitement of a new character and how much it's intertwined for me. Like
Maybe.
obviously I'm excited, and obviously I'm loving where this might go. It could get really weird and deeply nerdy.
Those messages I was asking you might make a little more sense now.
Oh, they make them 5,000 times more sense now. I'm sorry that my answers didn't satisfy.
Oh no,
Depending
I made some changes, and when they come up,
We can twist, we can
Yeah.
warp, we can. I mean, it's nothing's set in stone until it's set in stone. So.
yeah.
No
Wow.
big deal. And I don't want a big hand in it. Actually, you guys run away with it. Take your liberties, because my world is not concrete and it can always change based on the story I'm trying to tell. So
Okay.
you guys run away with it. Anything you need from that portion of CD 003 shit. 003's backstory, Scholar's backstory, go wild. I don't care.
Most bonkers.
Liberty.
Absolutely
I
bonkers.
replied Matt with my interpretation of it, but feel free to take your liberties.
Is that him?
I already
That's
did,
Scholar.
unfortunately.
No, go for it.
Alrighty, guys, that's all for us tonight. Thank you for joining us. catch us next Wednesday in the new year. Everybody have a happy new year. Don't get too drunk, but, have your fun. Don't drink and drive, guys.
Get drunk just to the right amount.
Are y'all
Don't drink.
playing on
Drink
Friday?
responsibly.
Guys,
Okay, bye.
How do we play on Friday? I don't think we're playing on Friday.
no, we don't play on Friday because it's New Year's Eve.
Oh, okay.
Copy that.
Playing on Thursday though.
It's like if we play on Friday, I'm gonna have to change some plans.
Yeah. Guys, have a good night. We'll catch you next time.
Night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.